Well, welcome to day two. It's the opening session of the second day of the London 3. Two sessions today. This one will be ranging for around 2 hours. And we're going to start off with the sprint qualifications, both for the men and the women. They'll be coming to track shortly. Later on, the sprint competition will continue as they, of course, then try and impose themselves against each other. Indeed, for the overall sprint points. We'll have the tally for you of how it stacks up in just a few moments' time. As it is, we are going to take ourselves indeed to our starting position. This is Danilo Napolitano, who yesterday in the rest of the world team with Porishek of the Czech Republic and Tang of the United States looked to have been how can I put it, a little bit outclassed by Matt Richardson, Harry Ludingham-Hall and Pete Mitchell. So with some catching up to do, I think it's fair to say, even as individuals, and we'll wait and see how they go again head-to-head a little bit later on. But this is Danilo waving to the crowd who've just started to come in, early doors, I should say. But competition now is back and underway, and we'll see how he goes for this Flying 200. This will establish, indeed, his credentials times-wise later on. The top six will be ordered in and then go head-to-head, essentially, with a full and more familiar head-to-head sprint a little bit later on. So one will race two, three will race four, and five will race six for their ultimate positions. So if you are in the top two, then you will be racing for first or second, actually head-to-head. But this is timed just to sort yourselves out. He'll take the bell next time by, just trying to get as high as much altitude as he can. There is the 200 line that he's just passed by. He will, once he bisects that next time by, which is why he's getting some real impetus. And Napolitano actually doing a good job here. Up high, now he'll get the drop off. Has to spear through the timing line around the three-quarters, what would be our normal finish line. And there, this is a near perfect entry. Best that he's done, actually, so far. And down the back straight, keeping it under red, and shortest way home, doing a good job. That's a decent time. 10.642 is his time. Not bad, not bad. If you can bust the 10, then you're very much in a happy place. Matt Richardson will get close to that, but 10.642, that was better than our starting time yesterday, which is in the 10.8s. A little bit of atmospherics news for you. It's warmer today, but the pressure has actually picked up. It's a little bit higher, so the times here will not be as quick. Also, with people coming in, doors are open, so it disturbs the air. Also, it's not as warm as it can be. It's actually warmer than yesterday, would you believe? In that regard, anyway, there are a few things that are working for them, a few things working against them at the moment. Genway Tang is next up, the American, 24 years of age, part of the United States sprint program, 4 times a national sprint champion. Kieran and Team Pursuiter. Now, he's got an uphill struggle here as the 24-year-old. He's done an awful lot within his short career. 4 times a national champion at different age ranges, but still a youngster, and hoping, of course, with the Los Angeles Olympics, to get the eyes of the sponsors upon him, which is, I guess, why he is here first and foremost. Let's see how he goes as he crosses the 200 marker. That will be where the timing starts. Now, these days, it's all laser beams, of course. Back in the day, it used to be a pressure point, and they used to lift the front wheel, start it with their back wheel, and then stop it with the front wheel to gain that extra bike length of advantage. But everyone started doing it. There's no advantage at all. Clock's rolling against him right now. And this looks determined. Slightly ragged, I've got to say, on the entry into the corner and out of it. But at 10.271, he's faster than he was yesterday, and that will go down as a very decent marker for him, I've got to say. That was good. In fact, I think that nudged towards our fastest times yesterday, and it could be that Genway Tang, I don't know if he spent the evening practicing. Didn't see him at dinner, but you just never know. Next up, it's Jan Porishek, Team Sprint, junior indeed. Track Worlds went his way. So he may only be a youngster, but yesterday had flashes of brilliance. And quite often you get peaky performances by teenagers. They go all in, they pour everything into something, and everyone goes, wow, that was pretty impressive, but leave themselves a deficit a little bit later on. So you can be more peaky, if you will, in terms of your form. But look how high he is here. You should almost be shouldering the Perspex shields around the outside. They're protecting the rails here in London. Had some incidents in the past where things have been dropped over the rail, so it's a good job they are there. And of course, accidents and incidents, you don't want to end up saying hello to the crowd more closely than you had hoped. But there you go. I guess if they got some Haribo, you could help yourself, but you just never know, do you? Depends on the rider, and this rider, 19 years of age, probably still very much into Haribo, to be honest, but then again, so am I. Jan Porishek then will indeed start his approach. Now, he should be getting up to pace here, to be honest. He should be driving off with some pace down into this dip down the back straight, picking up again at about this point. But he's a bit late onto the gas, let's put it that way. So he's still out of the saddle. So the bike is ragged. He should be planted at this point and comfortable through the curve. So he left this a little bit late, I'm afraid, for his flying 200. Clock already rolling against him as he's speared through that line. Let's have a look what he's got, shall we? 10.404. I think he could have found about a quarter of a second if he'd had a more focused approach. So I'll be having a word with him later. How much notice he's going to take of me, I just do not know. But nonetheless, he'll probably dismiss my thoughts out of hand. But you just never know. You never know at all. Well, it's a fabulous event, of course, and we have an impresario who is basically in charge of the whole shebang. He's proud of himself, and he's got every reason to be so. And his name is Tony Gibb. How are you? I'm all right. Good to see, actually. We're running quicker today. I think it's because everyone's bedded in. Fabulous opening day, and this is the first session of the first step on a long journey.
Yes, a family day this afternoon. It's great to see so many kids in. Kids came in for free today, so that's absolutely fantastic. This has been a while, mate. We haven't been together
Far too long.
A long time.
Yeah, well, I saw you last night, but I know what you mean. What the
Someone's birthday.
Oh, look at you. It is. Oh, there's an enormous card as well. If only you could see this at home. He's clearly been to Harrods. There's no money falling out of it. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put that. Should we do a bit of racing? Here's Pete Mitchell. Now, his approach was a little bit more focused, I've got to say, than Jan Porishek, and he is fully invested into this one. If we can hit the 10s today, Tony, we'll be really pleased. He's going to get close. Cool, how's about that?
10.120. Don't forget last night in the world record attempt, Matt Richardson, the fastest man in the world, he did a 9.2 last night, so very, very fast indeed. And it's probably a little bit quicker at night when it's warm in here and there's a few more people, but yeah, fantastic session last night, and like you say, if we can get sub 10 today, that would be really good for a sort of mediocre Saturday afternoon in October. Should I say now?
Well, certainly not the cycling. It's going to be terrific. We had good atmospherics yesterday in terms of low pressure. A little bit higher today, but the doors are opening, so we're still not quite got the full warmth that we could have here, and there's a little bit of disturbance to the air. I'm not saying we're going to knock down any world records here, but we are clearly running faster today. I think the warmth and the fact that everyone's bedded in and their muscles are working.
We did actually set a world record last night.
Yeah, well, it was the first one, wasn't it? If you and I'd done it, did it exist, the marker, before?
Not for women. It's existed for men for a long time, and Roger Kluger and Moritz Orgenstein were 0.2 of a second off of breaking it, and we had to put them together at the last minute because there was a little bit of sickness in the pair that were going for it. But yeah, Katie Archibald and Sophie Lewis set the first ever women's flying Madison kilo record.
Goodness me. Well, being the first, of course, if our grannies had gone for it, they would have won it as well. But we won't mention that because it's a good benchmark. We've got some real stars here, and we've got one on the track at the moment. Harry Ledingham Hall, national sprint champion, of course, plus everything else. Team sprint, of course, silver from the Worlds. And here he goes. He means this. Proper crowd to cheer him on as well. This will be fully assembled a little bit later on. He looks bang on as far as the marker was concerned, holding it under red. Nicely done. Is he gonna? 10.266. That should put him in second place at the moment. We're running well.
Yeah, it's going very well indeed. And just let you know, Carl, we've got some company for you later.
Oh, yeah.
Sir Bradley Wiggins coming up to have a chat with you.
Oh, that'd be nice to see him.
Mia Evans as well. And one of your favourites, we've got Michelle Vartan's coming up for when the Derny races are on.
Oh, look. Well, it doesn't get much better than that. How long they'll stay here, I don't know.
I'm going to leave you. Thanks to everybody at home for tuning in. It's, all the sessions are free to air on our YouTube channel that you're watching on, so please enjoy it, and we'll speak again later.
Is that it? He's got things to do. He's got sandwiches to make. It's about lunchtime.
Busy man. See you later.
Thanks to Tony Gibb. We'll be hearing more then from Sir Brad, of course, whose boy is here. Brilliant. No longer a boy. Very much a fantastic athlete himself. Ben Wiggins, the great Tony Gibb, who is, of course, the founder of the London 3. Letting us know that Michelle Vartans will also be coming along for the ride a little bit later on. As it stands, we are sort of shouldering the perspex as we go around at the moment. I think we're allowed to say that. It's not a euphemism. Let's see how this one is delivered. Matt Richardson. He's been around the planet. He's been around the world. He's now heading around the track, and he knows how to make this count. I think this is going to be very close to 10. Let's have a look. He's had the bell. Wait for that timing line to be speared. Perfect. Just where red intersects white at that crucifix. Just takes it up a little bit to get his entry into the corner in a perfect line. Let's see what he's got for us today. 9.6 flat. That is amazing. What an opening of the account. I don't think that is going to be beaten indeed today. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. But that was fantastic. And he gets that familiar, this was the fish I've just landed, sign that he always gives us. And it was a big one. 9.6 he delivers for us. That was sensational. Well, busting 10 and doing it in a handsome margin, taking 4.4 off, but more than that, 0.6 off his nearest rival at the moment. That was super impressive. All right, 0.5 for the pedants amongst you. But I'm glad you're keeping in touch with it. Well, here is the Lee Valley VeloPark. We've got Ben Wiggins. We'll have Sir Bradley coming to join us a little bit later on for a brief chit-chat. We'll try and get him a chair. I think that would be good. If we can get a chair for Sir Brad when he comes. Just having a look round. Yeah, you're asking for the world was the look that I got back, but hey, and we're all a good gang. Next up, Jan Poroshek, the youngster, is here. Junior Track Worlds went his way. He replaced Rob Forsterman, Quadzilla, as he is known. I don't know where he's known that, but I don't think anyone would dare call him that, to be honest. But anyway, wish him well. He's possibly watching on our YouTube live feed for you. It's good to have your company. And down the back straight goes Jan Poroshek from Thread Cycling. We are in sprint qualifiers at the moment. And in fact, it's Alicia Propster, I beg your pardon. Super efforts by Matt Richardson. What can Propster do for us? I did think I'd seen Poroshek a little bit earlier on. Alicia then, 8 times European champion, junior world sprint, and Kieran. Let's have a look. This is the opening of the women's qualifiers. 11.351. Next to go will be Sarah Paterka in a few moments' time, who's already just circulating, getting her balance sorted out, and indeed will start to invest in a moment. She's geeing up the crowd. I like this. Always good to see. And in fact, it's Sarah Paterka who is starting for Team 6 right now. From Czechia, 21 years of age, multiple national champion, junior world's team sprint bronze as well. And she's picked up European medals and just about everything else, including a whole load of compliments from people who indeed appreciate a fully dialed in athlete. Let's have a look. Well, she's getting her prep sorted out, as you can see. 3 laps to go. Now, you always can tell those who are fully determined by the approach pace that they have, possibly next time by. But she's already just checking out her lines, getting the drop-off points from out of turn 2 into 3. That's where the track rises. And then, indeed, she'll get the drop down, of course, a little bit later on. But this is, and it will be here. So she needs to practice her entry point into what is the standard start-finish line, which is that she's just been by. She needs to sort of hit it about, I would say, 2 meters down from the rail. But she needs to bisect then the 200 marker where the red line intersects with the white. That would be the perfect entry point. That gives you your fastest line into turn 2. And then you've got to deal with 3 and 4, of course, before you finish. So she's had the bell. That was beautiful. Let's have a look at where she bisects. Just below, but let's have a look. She holds it down. Danger is you get spat out of the corner, but she holds it down absolutely beautifully. This is shortest way home, but how much pace has she got about herself? That's the big question. 11.7. So, yeah, she gave away 0.4. Not the same pace in through turn 2, and it was reflected in a slower run deeper into it. But we thank her. Thank you very much. Got something on the board. Meanwhile, Iona Muir is next. Silver at the Worlds in the team sprint. Emma Finucane and indeed Paris Smith were her partners there for the team sprint at the Worlds. Silver medal, that is outstanding, of course. Let's see if she can translate that right now. She is very adept at this, the 22-year-old. Still a great deal of youth within the roster of riders that we've got here. She certainly knows how to invest in a run such as this. I like the fact that this starts the day as well. They had a little bit of practice earlier on, but this really does distill the mind, not only for the athletes themselves, but for us as well. So round the back she comes, just dips into indeed the centre of the track at the back, still, of course, banked ever so slightly. Having a chat a little bit earlier on as to why we always circulate left, and it's to do with centrifugal forces upon the human body. So there you go. So your heart is on the left-hand side, so you want it sort of, you're more comfortable if it's track centre rather than on the outside of the curve when you're at pace. It's the same deal for athletics, as I'm sure you've possibly realised. But also, as you read left to right, it's nice as you're at the start-finish line to see them come from left to right. We could argue about it all night. We probably will. There could be some violence later on amongst us, but we decide who's telling the truth. Meanwhile, let's have a look. That was nice. Just about 10 centimetres below what I would say was the ideal line, but I'm not going to tell her how to ride because this is very powerful. This is going to be a very good time here, possibly our quickest so far, I would imagine. Whoa, 11.4, second quickest for now, just behind Proster. That's where she stands, or indeed where she sits. While spinning through nicely this, we've had the men's sprint, we're doing the women's sprint qualification. Next up will be the Madison, and it will be just a chase of 12 minutes to kind of warm us into this one. Short session this morning. We are talking, another 2.5 hours before we actually get to a point where the day will be in a hiatus. We'll be back with you at 6 o'clock this evening. There you go. Okay. Beasting it around the outside. She passes the 200 to remind herself where it is. This is less focused on the lines that she'll be taking within the run and more about the lines that she will be needing on the approach, don't forget. So we'll be much more at the bottom of the track by the time we get there. So if you come through here, really your ideal line as you cross the start-finish line would be about another metre towards the track centre. That will take you through turn 1, introduce you to the 200 line, which is just bisected now. If you can hit that where the red line meets the white line, that means you will be modestly just slightly high before you actually get into turn 3. That means you can drop into it and hold on to the line. That's beautiful. That was perfect. Now, where's she going to be here? Now, she's going to get spat out just at the back here. Has to wrestle it. Just pulls the bike back down underneath herself, but does a great job of it. Comes out through 3 out of 4. Let's have a look how that threaded together, shall we? 11:2:85. She's the quickest so far. Well, it's the best line that we've seen. And when it comes to lines, she's written the script and indeed is the central character. That is good. She is now bossing proceedings. Let us see what Sophie Capewell can do about this. Sophie acknowledging the crowd, which is starting to fill up beautifully. Sold well. Indeed, we're packed tomorrow. Evening session tonight as well. Likewise, Track Centre, they've ordered more vol-au-vent, which is great. They've run out of the mushroom ones, unfortunately, because I was peckish and they were open. Right, let's deal with the Amax team and Sophie Capewell, who is circulating at the moment. I'm doing it for myself, to be honest. Don't worry about it. Out to the rails. She's playing the game here, which is fantastic. The crowd, always, if you get a selection, the best place, of course, to be is at that start-finish line. You essentially get the commentator's view. Or, in this case, better than the commentator's view. But anyway, I'll leave my complaints for later on. I've got a monitor as well, which is fine. I've also got a Ford Escort, but I don't talk about it. Right, there we go, up towards the rail, waiting for the drop-in next time by. So she's monitoring the situation. Now, Sophie is, of course, amazing. Under 23 European sprint champion. She's had a little bit of experience since then, of course, but is absolutely amazing. Team of gold, of course. And right now, she can make this count. Let's have a look. A lot of power to be delivered, and she often gets this through the latter part of the run. To be honest, it depends on gearing, of course, but this does not look quite as quick. Let's have a look at the time for you. And indeed, I was right. 10:08:68. Wow. You know what? Faster than a mirage. That was outstanding. So let us see who's coming up next. 10:08:68 is our benchmark. What can Emma Finucane do about it? To be honest, not terribly much. Gearing wise, Sophie Capewell just made that look smooth as silk. It was almost almost shrouded in mystery, but she got the job done. Just rode her own, if you like, cadence, and did a fantastic job there. So let us wait and see. We're looking at a 10:08:68. In fact, Sophie managed 66.249 kilometers per hour. So she was busting everybody else by around 3 k's an hour, which is outstanding. Emma Finucane, team sprint gold at the Olympic Games, twice a world champion in the sprint from Carmarthen. So let's see. Fire breathing, I guess you might say. Welsh, you get the idea. Meanwhile, let's see. She's just doing this is intense focus by the looks of it. Absolutely locked on and ready to perform. Target time is a 10:08:68. Finucane on day one managed a 10:08:17. So we are running faster today. And so you never know. Emma, indeed, might well be about to spear through the timing blocks, timing gates, even quicker than we've already seen from Sophie Capewell. This is where she needs to get her pace up, and she's doing that properly. She just comes over the crest out of turn 2, into 3, high, wide and handsome, comes around the top here. Here comes the proper drive, 3/4 of the way through the curve. That was perfect. Let's have a look. Spears that beautifully. What about her introduction? Red versus white. Bang on! It was almost like they were crosshairs of a sniper. Let's see how she delivers this. No wonder the cameras are going off. Maybe it's a speed cam. Who knows? Let's see what she's got. Line rapidly approaching. 10:06:39. Everything was right there, including the entry into the 200. That was absolutely spectacular. What a ride that was. She's our leader. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe I just need to start coaching. Where the red line meets the white, hit that perfect entry into the line, and you'll deliver. And Emma Finucane, she only goes and does it. I'm sure she's not listening, but I'm glad you are on YouTube, and it's great to have you on this live YouTube cast. From the London 3-day, pleasure to have your company. My name's Carlton Kirby. If you're finding us, it's great that you are here. And indeed, suppose your thoughts on social media. I'm on X, I'm on Blue Sky. You just search for Carlton Kirby. That's CarltonKirby. No second K there, apart from people in Lancashire who think about Kirby Lonsdale. And they're a different breed. Got friends here from Manchester and Preston. They're throwing things. Anyway, next up, it will be the women's Madison. I know, we spoil you. 40 laps is what we've got. Should take about 12 minutes, a dozen minutes of your life that'll be well spent. Good to have your company. We had the great Tony Gibb. We'll have Sir Bradley Wiggins a little bit later on. We're going to have Mia Evans as well. Can't wait. And Michelle Vartan will be making a visit to us as well. Cannot wait for that. So, yeah, we're kind of spoiling you. We'll be back with you once we have our women's Madison in a short while. Time then for us to start circulating and warm our hearts for what will be a fascinating one. It is, as you know, women's Madison time. It's the opening chase, 40 laps. It'll be a little bit longer for our final today. The men's Madison from this morning session. Of course, we have bigger Madisons. We have full-blown Madisons, of course, on the final day to look forward to. We're meeting the teams as we indeed circulate right now. This is for the crowd as much as it is for us. Izzy Sharp and Grace Lister for full gas cycling, or the convicts as we call them. That's because we know the great Tony Gibb, who, of course, for full gas racing is a man and a half. He's our impresario, the man, of course, who has created this magnificent event for us, and we appreciate that. Team Pursuit European Champion Izzy Sharp, and Under 23 European Team Pursuit Champion is Grace Lister as well. British Omnium Champion as well, I've got to tell you. They circulate through. Next up, we have Kapow Signs. It's not just about boxing. But let's see if they can lay a hay baler on anybody else. Lana Erbeler and indeed Paula Glöning of Germany. Youngsters, Lana is just 22, Paula 18. National Team Pursuit Champion of Germany, though, is Lana Erbeler. And Madison points and Team Pursuitist, 6 times a cyclocross superstar, German champion, is Paula Glöning. So bringing the whoops to the track. Bio-racer is Micah Tracker, of course. She had no other choice of sport due to her name. And Elisa Rabanishka as well, just 20 years of age, Netherlands, the national champion on Team Pursuit and scratch racing as well. Just folding through here, the Netherlands pairing of Jule van der Molen and Maaike Brandwacht. Yes, bronze in the Madison of the Junior Euros was de Molen, and National Derny bronze medal for Brandwacht. Exchanging here with Brookfield Properties. This is Marie Porton, very important. And indeed Isabella Escalada as well. Spanish-British pairing here. Chemistry student is Marianne Porton, so maybe indeed she has the formula. Let's wait and see. Team Pursuit in the Nationals took a silver. Points Junior indeed star as well. Let's see how they roll. Just folding through here is Clémence Chéreau and Caris Lloyd. Franco-UK pairing here. Caris, just 18 years of age, 3 times a junior track world champion. we doff our caps. Clemenceau Chéreau, National Road. She got a new road contract actually with out there. Twice a junior world champion at Team Pursuit. Coming through with the blue polka dots here are Hanna Rugovac and indeed Veronika Barnikova. Rugovac, a national Madison champion. Veronika is Team Pursuit national champion, both of Czechia. Next to take the plaudits will be Abus Helmets. Also, of course, making your bike locks. And other security devices, which we won't go into now because the list is very long. But Jenny Hall and Katie Ann Colton. Got a soft spot for Katie Ann Colton, possibly because of her family name. I am, of course, Colton Kirby. But anyway, I've got an R in there, she hasn't. 6 times a tandem world champion is Jenny Hall. And just 19 years of age is Katie Ann Colton, and will be hoping to make a noise, and I'm hoping she will. Sina Temmen and Jilla Thiels from Avis Consulting in the sort of steel grey and red here of team number 6. And Sina is 5th in the Omnium Worlds under 23 in Cali. 4 times 4 national titles to her name of Germany. Thiels is from the Netherlands. It's her debut, and we wish her well. Always good to see in the purple with the white shoulders here. Endeavour Racing just about to fold through as well in the blue. Megan Barker and Josie Knight. How much more introduction they need, I do not know, but bronze in Team Pursuit of the World Championships recently for Megan Barker. World champion in Team Pursuit, of course, a couple of years ago, and absolutely outstanding. She is paired with Josie Knight, silver pursuitist from the Worlds, twice a world champion, twice a British champion, 3 times a European champion, Josie Knight, not messing around, Team Endeavour. Behind them in the yellow, I've got to say a fetching colour these days. Yellow, historically, is the Belgian racing colour. But Italy kind of nabbed that as well, so calling it Gallo Fly yellow, if they needed an alternative to their Rosso Corsa. I'm just telling you these things, but anyway, it's a fact. Drop Project Brewing Company, cheers to that. Francesca Zelva is here with Robin Clay. What on earth will they form today for us? I don't know. It'll be a vase, I imagine. But let's see what's contained within it. She loves the Madison, does Robin Clay. I'm hoping she goes well here. Pro contract with Picnic Post NL for next year, the 22-year-old Francesca Zelva, 26 years of age, the United States crit racer, and indeed we'll see how she rolls. That's Katie Archibald, of course. Needs very little introduction. Sophie Lewis riding with her, absolutely outstanding. And of course for Colnago in a short while we have Francesca Brauser and indeed Romy Kasper. We've also got Mia Evans. How lovely to see you. What about this? I mean, it's terrific. Normally we're kind of used to 6-day racing, but we don't mind it split in 3 because they're the best 3 days.
Well, exactly. It's like you can pack it all down. See a really condensed version of it. It's actually 4 race sessions, so it's still a lot of racing over the 3 days.
Yeah, well, this is always a nice taster to get us off and underway, isn't it? A short Madison, almost a dash really of 40 laps, but seats itself in nicely. Good to see Katie Archibald in her pomp, coming out of the Worlds with yet another champions bands around her. Just fabulous to see, and she feels at home here. She's with her people.
Yeah, she's in a happy place.
Yeah.
She's had obviously quite an up and down year, but the track champion she is. Well, she absolutely dominated that Madison, and it's nice to see that she's carrying form for this weekend.
Yeah, not only carrying the form, but also the will, I think, as well. Madison Racing, in case you're just dropping in, you're seeing this for the first time, made popular by Madison Square Gardens in the United States. Originally, of course, this form of racing was actually invented in... it was actually run at Alexander Palace back in the day, before the Americans took it and thought this is a great idea in the 1920s and 30s, and then very much made it their own. And it's been re-imported now as an Olympic event, and essentially it's not been that long that we've had a women's competition at the Olympics for the Madison, but how glad are we that it does?
Yeah, it's only been the last 2 Olympics that we've had the women's Madison, or Madison there's so many different dynamics. You've got the physical aspect, but it's a huge mental game as well. It's trying to play chess effectively as you are exhausting yourself to maximum capacity. There's always drama, there's always stuff going on. So from a racing point of view, you've got to be so switched on, but from a spectator point of view, there's always something happening.
Yeah, it's fabulous. You have resting riders. It's pairings, of course. It's essentially a points race with a teammate. So you have a tag team essentially, and this is a handsling that you're just about to see being exchanged right now. This is Brooks Cycling. So Julie van der Molen exchanging with Maaike Brandwacht. Essentially, don't grab hold, just offer yourself up a hook. That way, you're not going to pull your teammate down and off the bike, even the very best. I mean, I remember Yuri Havik a couple of years ago actually got himself a shoulder injury because his teammate, for some strange reason, decided to actually grab his hand rather than just exchange the hook. So there you go, perfect example of a beautiful delivery from Colnago. That's Francisca Brauser and indeed Romy Kasper. You'd expect that to be very good. So a points race with a tag team element. You have the active riders for whom we set the time, laps gained and the rest of it. This will be 40 laps. We will have 2010 and the finish line will be our sprint awards. So those are points. Also, you can gain a lap, but early days, first session, I don't think we're going to see a lap gain today. And the way that this is being ridden with 30 laps already completed, it looks compact. You've got to work your way into a 3-day, haven't you? Even more so, I guess, if it was a full 6-day. You can't win everything, but what you want to be is leading at the end.
Exactly. It's, each race is a kind of standalone race, and you do want to win it from the rider's point of view, but you have the bigger picture. So you tend to go in quite conservative, but if you see a moment, you're ready to capitalise on it. Because, as you say, it's about the 3 days racing, and by the end of it, you get really tired.
You do. Extremely tired, which is why they got cabins actually. Originally, they used to race, I'm sure you know this, but they used to race over 24 hours for the 6 days. And you would have certain events where your teammate was racing. They would be very long events, and you would go and sleep in the cabins. They literally had hammocks within them. They then cut it down and just turn it into daytime. Now we just do evening sessions when we get to 6s and 3s. But yeah, can you imagine 6 days of racing? It was lunacy. So thankfully, just in terms of humanity, those original ways of racing the 6s as they were in Madison Square Garden, the idea was you could turn up at any time. They'd have primes throughout the night just to keep the riders awake, paid in cash, and everyone else was basically gambling in the track centre. We don't do that anymore.
I mean, I can imagine it was an incredible atmosphere, pretty unique. I personally am quite glad that we're not racing through the night.
Yeah.
Every so often there's a change, and you're like, oh no, it's better. I liked it how it used to be. I don't think I would. So I'm quite happy with the format that we're currently running.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, at the moment, we are kind of holding steady. We're waiting for our first intermediate sprint. That's going to come with 20 laps to go. So naturally, we got a reflection in the pace. Nice little exchange here. Katie Archibald, and indeed changing well with Sophie Lewis. Katie is absolutely a master of the late exchange for fresh legs at the sprint. And in fact, we saw that in the Worlds as well. Absolutely exceptional with Maddie Leach. She was throwing Maddie in, who was just delivering every single time on the intermediates, and it was a modest margin. They won it by points-wise, but they did enough.
Yeah, but that's it. It's not who wins by the most, it's who wins. So there's a huge dynamic of the resting rider actually the time when you come into the sprint and just optimising coming in with precious legs. Because you need to come in early enough to be in the right position, but also as late as you can to be at your maximum speed for the sprint. And as you say, Katie is very good at setting up the rider for that, and just having that moment's communication of like, when we're going for a stint, we're really going for it, and when we're not, we're going to sit back a bit. So you can see that they just changed on the fly. Perfect timing, bell goes, Sophie's just got enough to effectively hold on to the front.
Beautiful exchange down the back straight, being chased in here. Francesca Brauser wants to make the move around the outside. In fact, Brauser's exchange is coming right now. I think she's going to attack out the sprint. That would be my idea. That possibly is their idea. Let's wait and see. Sometimes if you get through a sprint, you can actually push on. That was the idea. They are still going for it off the front, but with 19 laps remaining, this could just be to ensure themselves a position in the sprint as it reveals itself. So we will see how that affects their tally points-wise in a few moments' time. As it is, down the back straight they go. A real change in the complexion of the race right now. First sprint has blown it all apart, Neil.
Yeah, not a huge amount actually, but just be ready for kind of counter-attacks and moves, because this is where, as much as it's looking that it's just going to come down to sprints, nobody's going to go for lap game, you can never switch off, because you'll just get one person that just sneaks off the front, and all of a sudden you lose about half a lap, and it's quite a big effort to chase that back.
Well, you know all about it. You're world champion yourself, of course, in the past.
Yes. I do have a bit of an insight.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the World's in 23. Remind me where it was.
Yeah, it was Glasgow.
There you are. I remember now. I remember the roar.
It was, but I don't know if you remember the drama just at the end, because
Yes.
we were, in the nicest way possible, we were set up to win. We had one change to do, and we had a gap in the rest of the field. So we were going to win the final sprint. That would see us clear, seal the deal, if you like. And there was a crash with about 4 laps to go, and the conductors decided to
Regroup.
restart it, and it just completely changed the whole dynamic in the final sprint. And it was, I think there was a lot of tension, A, within the teams, and B, within the audience, because they were kind of, in a nice way, they were cheering us on, thinking like, home world champs, Great Britain's got it, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, back to 10 laps, one final sprint, and it was chaos, that final.
I can tell you, I was commentating with Jo Rousel at the time, and she was getting really bitter on your behalf.
Very cool, calm, collected. I can imagine that,
Yeah.
you're definitely right.
Yeah, the veils fell from the headmistress, and she became a killer. But anyway, down the back straight, this is good work for the next intermediate sprint, and it's going to be Isabella Escalara of Spain, who indeed comes to the line here to take the lion's share. Archibald and Lewis bagged the 5 points from the early one. Don't point score this time by. It's Porto and Escalara, Sharp and Lister picking up 3 there, Hall and Colton with the 2, and Chiraud and Lloyd, there we are, a confirmation of those points. We get double points, don't forget, at the line for our final sprint, indeed, which will be coming up in 9 laps' time. So this is as busy as you like. I'm loving it. In fact, we are fractured all over the place. If somebody wanted to take a lap now, it's virtually impossible. There's too many up for it. And, of course, you get an assembly of points when you do these multi-day races. And this is all part of the game. So who indeed is going to get up for the final big 10 points? Any ideas?
You never rule Katie out. Very good at setting up for that final sprint. They sat out the last sprint, which makes me think that they were running in a tactical race, keeping a little bit of kind of sharpness in the legs. So you see that Sophie's just near the front now, and I think they're going to work quite hard to maintain that position. Everyone's going to try and get second wheel coming into the final sprint for the final change. But as you see with the points as they are, it's up, multiple teams could win this.
Certainly could. Browser and Casper certainly up for it with the red helmets and the white jerseys here. Brooks Cycling's with Van der Molen and Brandwacht. Also want to just do a little bit of marking out here. Let us wait and see. Just playing with the blue line. We've got a rocket ship launch, the tread racing. This is Gulick and Zubris. It's Zubris that goes for it, Kimberly Zubris. Just been around for such a long time. Former world #1 Madison rider, 41 years of age.
I thought I was an older rider, so
No, 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 no. You've got loads more time. Yeah, exactly. And she is going for it. She looked extremely lively, which is lovely. She's going to make the exchange right now. Here it is, just dropping in. Her teammate from Team 5 makes the exchange to the sheer youngster at 34 years of age, the Olympian Colleen Gulick. He's going to try and finish the job here and garner 10 points, but already being marked out very effectively right now. And indeed, Katie is starting to stalk. She comes up over the top here. She's just riding the blue line. She gets to the point right now. She's going to make a big one. This is almost perfect timing. This is exactly what Katie does. Katie Archibald just driving into the curves here. There's your exchange. Perfect time. Here's the bell. Light up the afterburner. Sophie Lewis goes for it. And there's going to be absolutely no catching her down the back straight. In fact, everyone else, it's almost the parting of the waves before her. Here she comes. This is going to be 10 points and an emphatic statement for the remainder of the day. The second session, the crowd got exactly what they were looking for there, Nia.
Yeah, fantastic finish. As we were saying, it's what Katie's so good at, of just kind of setting up for that final sprint. And obviously the final sprint being double points, it is worth so much more. And, you know, they'd have looked at the scoreboard as a riding rounds. They knew that they wanted to win it, and they just executed perfectly.
Absolutely superb. So 15 points they've garnered out of that. Nobody got any lap gains, so wouldn't expect that in the first session of the day. Doors have been opening and closing here as well as the crowds have been coming in. It's we're expecting a full crowd for indeed our evening session and possibly tomorrow as well. How long have we got you for, Nia? Are you dropping in and out? Are you
Dropping in and out as much as you want me, I think.
Oh yeah, any time you like. You know that you are always welcome. I mean, you're welcome
you
to
very
stay for the
much.
men's here as well if you wish. But I know that there's a temptation of the volleyball at the track centre.
It's one of these. It's really nice actually being able to just go around and, you know, chat to people and not be completely tied to the racing.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice having a different side to it, but I do miss not actually being up on the boards.
Oh, do you know what? I'm very fond of Glasgow. Are you still living there?
I'm actually living Aberdeenshire at the moment, but yeah, Glasgow is my local
Aberdeenshire.
track.
Really? So how far from Aberdeen itself?
So I'm an hour north of Aberdeen.
Oh, right, okay.
There is north of Aberdeen, not just sea.
I'm playing Aberdeen soon.
Sorry?
I do stand-up, so I'm coming up to Aberdeen on November the 11th.
Are you?
So if you want to come,
Yeah.
it is sold out, but I'll squeeze you in.
Yeah, give me some tickets. I'll be there. Not much else going on in Aberdeenshire.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning part of the world. Nobody realises just how, I mean, the Georgian architecture up there is just spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite a unique place. I always feel it's a bit of kind of forgotten corner because
Hand the flowers to the girls. They're like, oh! Joe's still got his flowers. Joe, you can give them to Katie.
roads are absolutely dead. So you can go out for a nice long ride and not see too many people.
Just checking on the points for you. Archibalds and Lewis on 102 points. Browser and Casper bang on exactly the same. So they're equal tops at the moment. But it always depends on who crosses the finish line first. So 102 points with Porton and Escalara now on 75 in the overall class. There we are. As soon as you hit the 100 points, we have been reminded by our superb timekeepers here that you gain an extra lap. So it's a way of unlapping yourself if you get enough points. I like that.
I think that's a really nice way of doing it.
I think it's a lifeboat.
It is. Especially with the format of racing, because there's quite a few Madison chasers, you are able to just like chip away and build the points up, because sometimes you've just not quite got the legs to get the lap, whereas you know, picking up points is a little bit easier. So it's a good incentive just to just to keep chipping away, and then you get the bonus lap, as you say.
Well, Aberdeen Arts Centre on Tuesday the 11th of November, if you're around.
Yeah, I'm around.
A couple of tickets on the
I'll
door.
come and heckle.
This is the only reason why Nia Evans actually came along tonight.
Yeah, I saw this was happening, saw that it was sold out, and I was like, the only way I can get tickets is if I go and kind of do a bit of commentary and drop it in there.
Okay, they'll be there on the door for you.
Thank you kindly.
Do I need to remind you to come?
Yes, I have a memory of a goldfish. Unless it's in my training peaks, it's not happening.
All right, we'll give you a ring. Hopefully, we'll have you a little bit later on for a little chat. That would
Yeah,
be
I'll
brilliant.
pop back up and come and do a bit more commentary. If you have me.
Fantastic, the great Nia Evans, world champion, superstar, of course, that we know. So Europeans have just been wrestling those to the ground as well. Great to see. Thanks ever so much for coming, and we'll see you a bit later.
See you then.
Brilliant. We'll be hearing as well a little bit later from Sir Brad. We'll have Michel Vartan as well coming along. It's going to be a queue. Anytime you like. Just drop in there. I mean, you're welcome to stay now if you want. It's entirely up to you.
I'll go down and speak to a few people and I'll come back up because I'm not.
All right. It's just if you fancy it. Simple as that.
It's quite funny. It's something completely different.
Brilliant. All right, thanks, Nia. Great to see you.
I'll be back shortly.
Come on.
Another screen for YouTube or something? Or?
Will that be where? That's great. Thank you very much.
Basically, it's set up so ready to go.
All right, fantastic. How do I direct people to the YouTube site? Where do they find it? Just London 3 Day?
It's London 3 Day, I believe. It's on the website, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So they can watch it, the live webcast.
Yeah, so that's the live feed going at the moment. So
Brilliant. Super
yeah,
job.
so that's Katie's iPad, which you will, in between sessions, will get charged.
All right, fantastic. Thank you.
If you need to use for the thing from Chromebook, it's on there as well.
All right, super job. Thank you. Perfect. We're just meeting the teams for the men's Madison Chase, which is about to get us off and underway in a short while. This is team elimination that we're going to be dealing with. It's the Madison men, of course, just being introduced to the crowd. We've just had SD displays with Roy Efting-Bloom and Callum Twelves. We've had Tom Ward with Frank Longstaff as well from the Scream team with a K. Let's get that right. The Convicts, Full Gas Cycling. Jules Hester's 3 times an elimination world and European champion. Ollie Wood is riding with him. Just now saying hello to Kapow Signs with Jan van Schaik and Justus Willemsen. Can't wait. We have Bio Racer as well with Keegan Hornblow and indeed George Jackson doing it for Down Under. The Kiwis, great to see them. Actually, team pursuit in the Oceania Championships was Keegan Hornblow, multiple world champs he has ridden as well. So good for them. George Jackson, the Kiwi, pairing him, junior world champion in team pursuit. They're not messing around. Brooks Cycles, this is Ross Birrell and Sam Fisher. Indeed, dialing us in here, former European team pursuit champion from Scotland is Ross Birrell. Sam Fisher from Wales, just 18 years of age, ridden under 23. Indeed, Ghent 6, so he knows his way round some raucous applause, which is great. Brookfield Properties with Alvaro Nevas and Will Gilbank. Will, 19 years of age, the Brit, twice on the podium in the Nationals and in both the Madison and the Scratch race. And 7 times in the National for Alvaro's as well of Spain. Szujalarski is here. Don't try and spell his name. It begins with a P. But anyway, European points champion on 2 occasions. He's a soldier, so be careful what you say. He's armed and ready. He's with Moritz Augustin, who is the Scratch world champion. Carries his pet caterpillar on his top lip. So we'll see how they go. We have Cinnamon Cafe as well. he needs to just work on that. Riley Pickerel is here from Canada. Fellow Canuck Jamie Witcher is also here. I bet he calls himself Witcher. The Pan Am gold in the team pursuit for Jamie at just the age of 20. He's at the University of British Columbia. Not sure what he's studying, but it'll be something important. Riley Pickerel as well, multiple national titles for him. Took stages in L'Avenir, of course, in the Babies Euro as well. He's 24 years of age now, the Canadian. Now we move on to Abus. the lock company, but also providing everything as well that you could possibly want. A security crew. Right now it's Will Perrott and Matt Bostock who are on the door saying you can't come here with those sneakers. But Matt Bostock is 28 years of age, national circuit star, of course, team pursuit world and Europeans under 23 level. He is a hero, bronze in the team pursuit of the Euros, don't forget. Will Perrott riding alongside him. Meanwhile, we're already waving for Team 6. Not goodbye, you understand, but basically just clearing the waves. Filutas and indeed Oscar Winkler are indeed the Hungarian and Danish partnership, which is fantastic. So you get goulash and bacon as far as those guys are concerned if they cook up the breakfast. Will Tidball and Josh Charlton are here. Will for the thread team, Scratch World Champion, as you well know. A new individual pursuit world champion is Josh Charlton, European individual as well. Endeavour Racing there in the blue with the red accents and the black helmets. Yuri Havoc needs no introduction. If you're a six-day fan, he's absolutely brilliant. 15 six-day titles to his name. I mean, he's almost showing off. But then again, he's got every right to do so. Love watching Yuri Havoc in action. He is spectacular. Nice guy too. This Netherlands pairing also completed with Phil Heinen, 3 times European bronze medalist. Elimination points, you name it, he's done it. Jana Dornbos, world champion in the Madison in 23, European Madison champions, along with Vincent Hopperschak, Dutch pairing, wearing their European jerseys with pride, riding for Drop Project Brewing. They alongside just give way here to Amash, which is Noah Hobbs and Henry Hobbs. The Hobbs pairing here, brilliant. European Team Pursuit champions at under 23 level. 3 times a junior world champion is Henry Hobbs as well. World Junior Individual Pursuit. And they part the waves, of course, for the mighty Roger Kluger. He's riding with Ben Wiggins. And we've got Sir Brad as well, who will be joining us a little bit later on to impart his knowledge and also give us a few insights into Ben Wiggins himself. He was at the 3-day last year, partnered with Yuri Havoc himself, so Dad pulling the springs for Ben, Brad being the dad, and indeed it continues. It just rails on. We're about to go racing. In fact, in 3 laps' time, we will finish our assembly and we will begin. And so it is time to start. They've shot the Beetle by the looks of things. Not sure which one. Possibly Ringo. I'm not entirely sure, but they will continue to ply their trade as indeed we come around the track and indeed now invest in the remainder of this one. Now this will get lively, I believe, because if you're going to take, if this is a team elimination, by the way, it's the bell rings, and next time by, this is every 3rd lap in a Madison eliminator, just to let everyone settle down and riders to clear the track. You've got twice as many to clear. It is the Devil, of course. The Devil take the hindmost, it used to be called, but it was too much of a mouthful, so they decided to call it the elimination, as everyone kind of knows. If you finish at the back, you are out, and that did not look good, and Team 4 have gone Endeavour, which is Yuri Havoc. What's going on? They're playing Havoc with us. My goodness, Havoc and Heinen, did they get that completely wrong, or have they decided to rest themselves up just a little bit for later on? I don't know. Maybe they're sharing the love. It could be as simple as that. Well, we have a pleasure, to welcome to the commentary position, to spare us his wisdom. A great man, of course, from the 6th day, from the track, and of course even the road scene as well. He's had it all. Michel Vartan, it's great to have you along for the ride. There we go. Just get him sorted out. There we are. We are, of course, team elimination right now. Michel, it's been a while, but here you are. This is brilliant. Good to see the London 3 as well, cutting a 6 in half. It's one of those events really where we've got the best. I like to think we've got the best the days of the 6 by turning it into a 3. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's
it's a good field that we have here, and yeah, it's hard to get the best riders after the Worlds, but still there are some good champs here.
Yeah, we've got a slight link issue between our headsets, but we will live with it, Michael. It's good to see you. Yeah, just looking at this, the eliminator, especially with so many riders on the track, combining an eliminator with a Madison seems lunacy to me. You get a hand exchange, and what is always a busy event anyway.
Well, the hand exchange is actually you can change on a faster speed.
Yes.
Like at the old days, that was on the trousers. Then you have to grab the stick in your trousers, and then you have to pull him away. But sometimes when you come in too slow, then you pull him off the bike. But with the hand sling, it's a little bit easier.
It is, just a little bit, but it's extremely busy out there as well. They give us a bit more respite between the sprints. We've got another one to be trimmed off. Noah and Henry Hobbs, by the way, went last time by. Just waiting to see who indeed has been trimmed off this time by. It's Tidball and Charlton. We're getting some big names trimmed off here, Michelle. Havoc went out with Philip Heinen. Now, you can't win anything on multi-day events. You can't win everything, I should say. The idea is to win it at the end. Do you think they're building in a little bit of respite for themselves so that they've got more to offer later?
Well, yeah, it's hard to tell. You know, it's only 3 days, so they have to take the points wherever they can. But sometimes you get in a bad position or you get squeezed in, and then you're bollocksed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where you learned that word. It was probably from the Sex Pistols' first album, I imagine. You were probably a fan.
It's been a while since I heard that word, but I still remember it.
I don't know. It's a nice fulsome word, which you know I'm very appreciative of.
Is it not Irish?
It's I think it might well have a little bit of a Gaelic origin as well. Yeah, which is there's a few others like that indeed that have adopted by the entire world. One of which is whiskey. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know.
Ishki Baha is the original Gaelic, and Ishki is water, Baha of life, water of life. So eau de vie.
Oh, the V, yeah.
Yeah, so eau de vie is Ishki Baha in Gaelic, which is where we get whiskey from.
All right.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Look, you see, you come up here, it's a
every
full
time
education.
I learn. Every day.
Every day's a school day.
Yep.
And we have just lost, I think, Brook Cycling still are. Hesters and Wood have also pulled the pin. There seems to be a little bit of energy preservation going on at the moment. We've lost some very, very big names. It's getting lively right now. BioRacer with Keegan Hornblow and George Jackson just getting themselves into a safe place, looking to see who indeed is trimmed at the back or who's in trouble. And as you look at it, the worst place you can be is down towards the bottom of the track. Sometimes if you're on a string here, it looks like Abus are in a little bit of bother. They've got an exchange going on in front of them. Whoa! And yes, in fact, Abus have gone Perrott and Bostock, I believe. They're the latest to go. Just playing with fire here, a Brook Cycling with Ross Birrell and Sam Fisher. What are your own duties here, Michael?
My duties?
Yeah.
I'm watching after the Derny Pacers.
Just are you managing them all, or are you on the journey yourself?
No, I'm not on the Derny anymore.
Well, it's a shame.
Yeah, I know. It's
come on.
It's the problem is that the UCI decided that when you are 65 and over, you don't get a license anymore for international racing.
Well, you must be, 46, so you still got a few years going for you.
I'm 68, unfortunately.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, sometimes when I see them riding, then I'm cursing, you know. Then I'm saying, hey, what are you doing? You know.
We saw the Derny race yesterday, and there was a few breakdowns as Birrell and Fisher goes. While I've got you, I'll pick your brain. Yeah, there was a few breakdowns with riders. Even the great Peter Berline, in fact, lost his rider yesterday. There was, I mean, he's a man who knows how to ride a Derny. In fact, is he coming towards the bubble as well of retirement?
Well, the thing is that with Peter, sometimes he's calculating too much, and then he's mistaking and not putting the right tactics in the race.
Some Derny riders, I think, they get over enthusiastic themselves.
Yes,
They
yes.
want to win. They're equally as competitive. Don't forget, whether you're on a
Yeah, for
motorcycle
sure.
or the rider.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can just lose you. And right now we've lost Team 1, and that is Kluger and Wiggins. Indeed, are going to take their leave, I believe. Yes, indeed. So they are gone. So we've lost some very big names here. Eliminated are Ben Wiggins and indeed the great Roger Kluger. Ben Wiggins has been paired with some great names. Yuri Havik as well was one of those. Who from the peloton essentially, who from the pack are indeed going to be moving to be the new Dernyman? Have you got anybody in mind? Will we ever see Yuri Havik up there one day?
Yeah, Yuri Havik is a specialist, and Kluge is quite good. Dornbosch is a good rider. He was second at the Worlds in the scratch race. And Augenstein, he should be managing the Dernies as well. So, and
Good
then the
fun.
Belgium guys. The Belgium guys are always good behind the Derny.
I tell you what, you've got to get through the Belgian guys' queue before you can get a job.
That's for sure.
That's the problem. Brookfield Properties were the latest to go, by the way, in Team Green. In fact, I say that, I am mistaken. So we are down now to 5 teams. 6 teams are still very active, and at the back, just playing with fire at the moment. Oh, and in fact, waiting for a lockdown here. And SD Displays are going to be in that dangerous position, bottom of the track. Can't find themselves a way through. And I'm afraid the orange polka dots are going to go. Yep, they have. Ladies to be trimmed down here. Efting, Bloom, and indeed Callum 12s have taken an exit. Pacing up now, it always does get very, very lively. Your thoughts as well, Michael, on the replacement of the Derny with its fantastic 2-stroke oil smell with the electric Derny. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
Good. We are
The whole atmosphere, the whole thing of Derny racing is gone then with the electric motor. So I hope they will keep the 2-stroke motor running.
If I ever get to be in charge, I'm going to make sure that it's actually a debentured part of it and can never be changed.
Yeah,
That's
for
what we
sure.
want.
Because with the atmospheric engine, you hear by the sound of the engine how fast they go, and if they go faster, you can even hear it better.
Yep.
And if you have the electric motor, then there is no difference. If you go
Exactly.
fast or slow. So it's a totally different feeling.
I'm with you entirely. I've got myself. Well, I've known you an awful long time. First came across you at the Amsterdam 6, way back in the day with the great Tony Doyle. He
Yeah.
was when he was still with us. God bless him.
I raced 1 year the 6th day in Ghent with him.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yep.
Well, you'll know Tony. You also know he's sadly no longer with us. But,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Too bad.
greatly missed. Twice an individual pursuit world champion himself, of course, and he always used to speak in very glowing terms of you, Michael. So, yeah, lovely to see you. We're going to see you again. Are you going to be dropping in? Are you going to be a constant visitor to us? Will we see you? Will we be hearing your lovely voice again?
I hope so.
Good. Well,
I hope
you
so.
know where we are now.
Yeah.
So come anytime you like.
All right. Thank
Come
you
and
very
drop
much.
in, because I know
will
you're
be.
going to be a busy man.
But I will be. Is it okay if I commentate also with you on the Derny race?
Love it. If you're happy for it, I'd love you to be here.
That's
That
cool.
would make it absolutely
Right.
magical. All right, well,
Okay.
we'll see you then. I mean, you can stay to the end of this one. That would
Okay,
be
thanks.
fantastic. You know, there are bacon sandwiches that need to be eaten. Nobody's going to eat them for you. I miss Stompot, actually. Have you got a Stompot recipe?
Potatoes?
Yeah.
Cauliflower? No, it's not cauliflower. It's green.
Oh, you get cabbage.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
got to
it's
be
not
in there.
cabbage.
It's
huh?
like choucroute, isn't it? Like sauerkraut.
Yeah, no, it's
You
not that
see?
either. It's like we call it green flour.
Oh, yeah, greens. We call it the same.
Yeah?
Yeah, spring greens. Meanwhile, let's do this, shall we? We got 2 left. And just coming around for victory here. It looks like a pin pull time has been issued by a few here, but certainly not the Bio Racing boys. They are fully involved here. Hornblow and Jackson look they're going to head for a good victory here. Ricky Pickerel and Jamie Witcher also going to very much score some decent points. And that is nice to see. What a good eliminator we have had. And nice to share the love, I think, of some of the results. The great, I never know it's Michelle or Michael. How do you like to be called?
They call me in Belgium.
Tricky
Michel.
Mickey. That's what they call
And
you.
in the Anglo-Saxon world, they say Michael. Like in the US, England, they call me Michael.
Michelle it is then.
But
Fine.
actually, on my passport, it says Michael.
It just says Mick.
That's fine too.
Great to have Michel Varden. He will be back with us, hopefully, for the Derny racing a little bit later on, which is fantastic. I think that's in our afternoon session. Here we are, Havoc and Heinen on 93 points. This is how it stacks up overall. They're the only team on the lead lap. They took themselves a bit of a break. Kluger and Wiggins on 80 points. They lead everyone else who is a lap down. Good points assembly as well for Shuzelowski and Augustin, but they are 2 laps down and need to find some. Don't forget, when you hit the 100, you can indeed gain your lap back. But that's your GC as it stands right now after the men's eliminator. Lovely stuff. Thanks to Michel Varden. He'll be back a little bit later on for Derny Racing. For now, he's going to head down into the track centre, get himself a beer and a vol au vent. Maybe a Stompot and a Knackfurst. We just don't know. It's down to him. Good to see you, mate.
Out there, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, it's good fun, eh? Good Saturday out.
A good Saturday out. Yeah, just chilling, really setting the bar high. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was heaps of fun, good crowd, so yeah, makes it even more fun.
100% absolutely buzzing. Thank goodness you guys were here. Congratulations.
That's funny, huh?
Exactly. We're all Vikings anyway.
Yeah.
Especially you.
I'm ambiotics. How you call that? You know ambiotics?
No. Is that a Nordic?
That's the guys who was fighting against the Romans.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, like the Gauls.
The Gauls?
Yeah, like the Gauls in I think that's where it comes from. It's the same word, but corrupted. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Huh?
Exactly, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
But I don't know the English word, so...
yeah. Same deals. We had, well, all our Gaels, they used to call it, well, they were the Gaelics. Like the Gauls in France, the Gaels in, and the same for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were basically the warriors.
The warriors. In the Stone Age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had nothing else to do. Right, I'll get on with this.
All right.
Lovely to see you.
Okay.
Pop up any time.
It's okay if I come for the first other man, huh?
Yeah. Do it. You do what you like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got a little. We're just doing the sprint
Or should I
finals.
come with the girls?
Anytime you like. Anytime you like. Just keep it. Yeah, I'm here.
That's a long way, huh?
Oh, it's true.
There is no elevator.
No, I know. Tell me about it.
Okay.
Good to see you. See you in a bit. Thanks to Michael Vartens. We'll be hearing a little bit more from him when we get to the Derny racing a little bit later on. In the meantime, it's time to get ourselves back and underway with a little bit of sprinting. And why not? Our pairings have been arranged, and it is now time for the women's. It is Katerina against Muir at the moment. Sarah Katerina is her family name. It's actually Pertakova is her name. So they've used her middle name as her family name, but yes, it's Pertakova right now. And we've got ourselves a track stand. Pertakova from the personal bike fit of the sprinters, up against here of Iona Muir, Team Sprint Silver at the Worlds. How do you cope with that? Let's wait and see. I'm going to find out in just a few moments' time. Well, they are indeed track standing. This is a first we've seen for a little while. Now, we should get the Commissaire's Walk of Shame, where they essentially whistle them on. In fact, they were just about to run a clock on them, and if the whistle does blow, then you call back to the start. So essentially, you want to get the job done, which is precisely what we are seeing right now. Great to have Vartans. We've been stacked up today, haven't we? Nia Evans, of course, Michelle Vartan. And we'll be having Sir Bradley Wiggins a little bit later on as well. They're queuing up our guests today, which is great to see. So we are off off to the races right now. Muir is doing a fabulous job. Good response here by Pertikova, coming up and over the top. Pertikova is going to make using centrifugal force. She's going to get there. That was nice. Zara Pertikova doing a fantastic job there of just timing that absolutely beautifully. Pertikova getting the nod in sensational fashion, I've got to say, against Muir. No best of threes here. That is it. So they acknowledge the crowd, as you can see. Next pairing about to come to the track in a few moments' time, and this is going to be Emma Finucane against Sophie Capewell. This is, in fact, it will be, I beg your pardon, Miriam Vece is next, and she faces off against Alessa Prosta. That is next. It will be the last pairing, Sophie Capewell and Emma Finucane, which will decide this sprint final for us today. We'll be having them again, of course, tomorrow. And so it is that they begin their run. Nice introduction, nice and cagey. We've had one of those already, and this one is going to be equally so. Good to see Vece here, twice an under-23 European champion, 16 times Italian champion, actually. She can't help herself. And rolling nicely as well here is Profster with the lead. 8 times a European champion, Junior World Sprint and Keirin champion as well. She's only 24 years of age and certainly can fully invest. And at the moment, in the white, just heading, as you can see, Miriam Vece for the time being. Very much looking forward to Emma Finucane and Sophie Capewell, who will be coming out next. First move, quite happy to take the point, and occasionally that can be a mistake, especially when you're coming up against somebody like Probster, who has amazing turn of pace, will be using the wisdom of Vece's wise to it, I guess. Maybe they'll re-exchange here. Vece just holding Probster up towards the rail here. And now, is it time for Vece to go for it? She's certainly happy enough to go long, and just holding Probster above her at the moment. Probster's in a very good position to use the geometry of the track here to take this one. White jersey got to be favourite, and indeed made that look smooth and sinuous, I must say, and delivers. Probster just held out wide, but delivered beautifully. Good turn of pace there, and using that track geometry to her own advantage, and all credit to her. Alessa Catriona Probster making hay there. Good work. And so the early crowd here today, the men just waiting to get the sprint underway, the sprint finals, their sprint finals. Then we'll have the men's Derny race for you, 40 laps indeed. Capewell and Finucane are next. Just making sure all is well. Just double checking everything. And it's time to go racing. Emma Finucane then took team steering, brought gold at the Olympic Games, silver in the Keirin in the World Championships recently. As you know, twice a world sprint champion as well. Emma Finucane in the blue, just stalking here Sophie Capewell. Sophie absolutely brilliant in the flying 200, fastest, looked absolutely immeasurable. Very sinuous power delivery as well that she gets, which is fantastic. Nice little interchange, heads back up the track. She's going to get the drop in. In fact, was she going to take, and she does, she takes the head right now. And so it is Sophie Capewell that is leading this one out, happy to do so. Emma Finucane will use the rush room. Very wise indeed she is at sprinting. Twice a world sprint champion, of course, as you know. Goes up to the top, drops in right now, just sails into that little pocket as they come across what will be the finish line next time by. And here she comes back up over the top. Now this is where Sophie Capewell will respond. Now what she got drive-wise, bottom of the track here, to hold off. It's going to be tight. But in the end, Emma Finucane makes it count. Good contest between the pair of them, I've got to say. Emma Finucane just edging Sophie Capewell. A suggestion of some energy preservation here, but we shall wait and see. They're going to be busy with their sprinting, of course, throughout. But we've got a Keirin coming up a little bit later on as well. Emma Finucane acknowledges the crowd. They settle themselves in and get ready to roll. Got to say, there's come to that in a moment. Here is the result of the sprints, not the points factored in here, but Emma Finucane takes it ahead of Sophie Capewell. Props to Vece Pertukova and Iona Muir. That's our sprint competition. Next up, we have the none too small matter of the men's sprint finals for you, which will be rolling through shortly. Sorry, I beg your pardon. The men's Madison as well. We have the men's sprint finals as well. Emma Finucane on 95 points. Sophie Capewell on 80. This is the overall sprints competition. Miriam Vece is there on 56. Iona Muir on 46. 4 clear of Probster as it stands at the moment, with Pertukova at the foot of that sprint table. It's time. Well, we thought we'd get some rainbow bands out for you. How nice is this? A rainbow bands parade. That's exactly what you want to see. Great that we've got so many world champions here. Of course, how wonderful as well to see indeed this fating really of Katie Archibald and her new Madison World Champions bands. Moritz Augenstein as well, the Scratch World Champion, we remind you, which is wonderful to see. Just shows you how much talent we've got on the start list here. And it's a credit, I must say, to Tony Gibb, who is the founder of, indeed, this great 3-day, indeed, former world champions just rolling behind here, including, of course, Yuri Havik as well. It's almost the parade of the gladiators. It's fantastic to see as well. Well done, Olympic champions. We're being spoiled. I think we're going to hear from Katie Archibald in a few moments' time.
Katie Archibald, it's such a pleasure to be stood next to you right now after gaining another gold and silver last week at Santiago World Champs. You must be buzzing right now.
Yeah, really buzzing. And to be able to come to London, to come back to the UK and carry carry that success into the race that you love feels fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, the crowd is so happy to see you here today. And obviously, you gained a win already today after yesterday's performance so strong. London 3 days looking pretty good for you.
It really is, you know. It's a race with so much history, and not a lot of that history has women in it. So it feels very special for us to be on a stage this big, getting to race competitively.
That's a really wonderful statement. Everybody give Katie a massive round of applause. Thank you so much, one of our greatest world champions.
Come on, let's hear it for Katie Archibald and all of our winners.
Sorry,
No, it's all right. Yeah, no, sorry, I couldn't respond. That was, what was that? That was Reeves.
Rachel Reeves
Yeah.
being interviewed on ITV, and somebody's got their arse out the window.
God. It's about figures, doesn't it?
Yeah. It is time for the men's sprint finals. Danny Napolitano is facing off here up against Jan Porošek right now. Jan Porošek of Czechia, just 19 years of age. Massive prospect, actually. And, you know, his muscularity, you kind of feel that he must be a much older athlete than he actually is. But he knows how to ride a sprint and has been producing some great performances here up against Daniele Napolitano right now. And so it is time for them to continue this sprint competition. Welcome those of you who are joining us on this YouTube live cast. It's great to have your company. Good as well that we had Tony Gibb. Almost call him Sir Tony then, but there's that award still to come. We've enjoyed the company of Nia Evans, of course, world champion, and Michael Vartan, Michelle Vartan, who will be rejoining us a little bit later, 6 Days Superstar, as he is now in charge of the Dernies. He'll be joining us for the Derny race a little bit later on. As it stands right now, we've got this to deal with. Bell has gone, and it is Napolitano who's going up at the blue line, drops in down to red. He's got the drive here. Can he come up and over the top? Now into the red. Don't jink out of that, my friend, down at the bottom of the track here. Porošek holding the line, and indeed gets the time. That was very nicely delivered, I've got to say, by Porošek. Held his rival off in abeyance there, brilliantly so. Super work, if you can get it, and indeed he gets how to do it. That was really, really super. Well, our sprint competition is rolling through. My name's Carlton Kirby. If you'd like to join the conversation, it would be great to hear from you. I am on social media, Twitter, of course, and sort of now X, and Blue Sky. If you just search at Carlton Kirby, you will find me. Maybe you don't want to find me. I just don't know. Time then to get back to duty here with Harry Lenningham Hall against Genaway Tang of the United States. Let's see how this one rolls, shall we? Well, Genaway Tang has been livening up to this, indeed his duties here. He's certainly a fantastic prospect, only 24 years of age, and already in the build-up to the Los Angeles Games, he's taking on some very big names here, and indeed batching himself up for what he hopes will be a trip, of course, to Los Angeles. Why wouldn't you? He indeed now just tracing Harry Lenningham Hall, silver in the team sprint at the Worlds, bronze at the Europeans as well. A national sprint champion, we remind you as well, in the red. Always an attractive livery, I've got to say. Whenever the Union Jack is being represented, of which half of it is part of the kit here. Nice drop in as well, Genaway Tang. That was a cheeky one, and it looks like he's caught Harry Lenningham Hall just napping ever so slightly. He was higher up the track than he should have been. And Genaway Tang, is he the getaway rider at the moment? Let's wait and see. Goodness me, that is brilliant. Coming up over the top, Harry Lenningham Hall doesn't want this to go away from him. Oh, now then, what was the steal at the line? I think Harry just about got up there, but Genaway Tang, clever riding by him. He may have held on there. We wait for the result. That was absolutely superb. What a drive that was. Well, handshakes between the pair of them, and I think Harry just about timed that right, but nearly got caught out by Genaway Tang. That was a great idea. Got the drop in, almost delivered something very, very special there. We liked that a lot. Next up for these sprint finals, we saw the qualifications a little bit earlier on today. Peter Mitchell against Matt Richardson, who is just in, quite frankly, bullying mode. What can Pete Mitchell do about it? 35 years of age now, national sprint champion back in 2024. I say back in 2024, that was only last year's when he was a 34-year-old. Now indeed back here and in the black. Cue the music. Man in black. Let's wait and see how he goes, because he's facing off Matt Richardson, who is taking no prisoners at all. And one can only assume that he's going to be indeed measuring the giant salmon that he's just landed in celebration in a few moments' time. Let's wait and see if that is indeed the case. Pete Mitchell staying with it. Also, very, very clever rider. Actually, is Peter Mitchell. Just jinking up above the blue line, trying to get the drop on Matt Richardson though is a tough task, because you know that the way he rides is so aggressive, and born in Maidstone, and what is Australia's loss is indeed United Kingdom's gain. Rides for Team GB, and while he's busy doing a track stand, just taking a cheeky one here, Pete Mitchell has gone for it, and is he going to fly away? Well, this is a lot of rush room that he's got to play with right now, and he is trying to make amends for a big mistake there, is Matt Richardson. He's just coming around the top here now. Can he possibly bridge this? Pete Mitchell has flown the coop here. There's a big aero tunnel for Matt Richardson to work his way into. He's on full attack mode. Is he going to get up just in time? Let's have a look at the line, and holding off there. That was great by Pete Mitchell, 35 years of age. National sprint champion last year, and indeed living up to the billing once again. That was absolutely fantastic. Gets through, does a job, and holds off a charging Matt Richardson for a surprise, you might say. But then again, it was when he won the Nationals as well. He keeps surprising us, Peter Mitchell. That was fantastic. So our sprint competition draws to a close. We'll have a brief break, and then we'll be back with the wonderful sound of the two-stroke Dernies doing their job in a short while. No, you're good. It's nice to see you. Going to have ourselves a brief break, and then you can put the heads on in a minute or so. There we go. I'll just call it. And there is the overall standings at the moment. Matt Richardson still leading despite being tagged just that time by. Pete Mitchell on 71 points. Harry Ledingham-Horn on 67. So the Brits are 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Genary Tang, Jan Porishek and Danny Napolitano. Your others who are here. But it's becoming a bit of a gap, I've got to say. Time then for that wonderful buzz that we all know so well. It's the sound of Michelle Vartan just switching off the coffee machine. We have a Derny race for you right now, and Michelle has kindly come back and joined us in the commentary position. We love this. It's very much part of the heart of track cycling. It's been very much part of your life. And you're still very much involved with it, Michelle. But you're a great six-day man yourself, as you mentioned a little bit earlier on, racing with the lovely Tony Gibb in partnership. Was that in Amsterdam you paired with him back in the day, or Berlin?
I don't remember that one. It might be possible, that it was in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I think it might have been. In the old chicken shed. We love that place.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, the top end of the bankings at either side were actually on the roof. So it was such a compact.
Yeah, it was low, huh?
Very low. You had to watch it when
we raced one time in an even smaller or lower velodrome in Hernhill, not Herning. In Denmark.
Herning. Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
And then in the final, it was very warm.
Yeah.
And then outside it was freezing, so we got condensed. And then the condensed was dripping on the track.
Of course.
And it was so bad that I had to cancel the final.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Goodness me. Well, at least they didn't break open a tin of fermented fish. That would have really ended it all.
Yeah.
Up there in Herning. Now then, let's go. And let us see. The gentlemen are all lined up, and everybody else is just getting themselves into order right now. It's time to engage. We love a Derny race. This is a symbiosis between, of course, those aboard the Dernies and those following on, essentially those that they have to stay as a pairing. If you get it wrong and you under or overestimate your rider, what are the calls here, Michelle, for from the riders to the Derny pilot? I know at Stayer Racing they actually have these reverse cones on their helmets, so they can actually hear calls from the riders. Is there much verbal communication? Hoi, 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 what does this mean for a start?
There is actually, it doesn't make any sense if you're shouting, or the real clue is that when you shout, it's too fast.
Right.
Because you cannot understand when what they're saying, if it's ho or yes or this or that.
Yeah.
It's very complicated. So the only commentating that we give to the rider is that when they shout, it's too fast.
Got it. Okay.
Because otherwise it's too complicated.
Yeah, exactly. Early break being made here, and our pairing out at the front. This is Will Perrott
with Zeilard,
and he is with Ron Zeilard here as well. What's Ron Zeilard's name? Was it the Professor? I can't remember. Back
he's not really a professor, but
there we are.
It's the name he got from his dad, I think, from his father, who was also a famous pacer.
Yeah, exactly.
Joop Zeilard.
That was a long time ago, old Jopie.
Jopie, yeah.
Is he still with us?
Well, he's still there, yeah. He
lad.
got this 82nd birthday a couple of days ago.
Oh, how nice is that? My birthday today, actually.
Oh,
And,
congratulations.
thank you very much. Yeah, 26. Where did those years go?
Oh, fantastic. Where is the cake?
If only. It'll be over 60 candles on that one. But anyway, let's deal with this, shall we? Suddenly getting lively as well right now. This is Will Gilbank, who is with Eric Schoffs. Not to the owner of the Schoff beer, which would be quite nice if he was. I don't know whether he'd still be Derny riding it if indeed that was the case.
For sure.
Was it Schoof or Schoff?
Schoofs.
Yeah, that's the one.
Eric Schoofs, he was a former sprinter.
Yep. Super work. Well, he's just tucked in at the moment and doing a great guide here. Will Gilbank, twice a podium in the Nationals in both the Madison and the Scratch race. And he's doing a good job of holding station right now. In fact, they've gone early, possibly too early. Let's wait and see. We know that the likes of Zylard like to leave it a little bit late. At the moment, he is tracing with Ben Wiggins with Vincent Hoppershek on his wheel. So we'll see how Vincent goes in a few moments' time. I think I might well have misguided you, though. It's Jana Dornbos, I beg your pardon. With Peter Berline. Let's see. Peter Berline at the moment in that second group. So it's just split ever so slightly. Berline never seems to panic. He's what's he like as a man off the bike? Quiet?
Who is?
Peter Berline.
Peter is a little mellow.
There we are. We like
a little
that.
Sneaky.
Right. So I see. A blues specialist then who goes on solos occasionally. Let's wait and see. We got a pairing that have just headed off the front. The Scream team are doing a fantastic job. Team 15. That is Tom Ward. He's with James Holland leader at the moment. That's in the yellow polka dots. And we've got a little bit of separation out on track right now. Probably more space than I've seen so far, Michel.
Well, they're all shattered a little bit. And, I don't understand why they leave such a big gap, because afterwards they have to close the gap and it takes too much energy to do that.
Well,
so it's right now the speed is not really that high, that we can say. But anyway. They should never leave such a big gap.
And you hear it as well, don't you? You talked about the sound of the Derny.
Yes, you can hear when they go really fast. The engines will make more RPMs.
Yep.
So
you get a higher tone to it.
Yep.
So essentially, you start to hear the rise, and that just adds, I think, to the velodrome. If this was being run in silence with electric Dernys, it wouldn't be anywhere near the same. No. Here we go then. We have 22 laps remaining. Just out of position for the time being are Team 7. That's Will Parrott with Ron Zylard. Big Ron, as he is occasionally known, just coming around. He leads the second pack as it stands at the moment. I've got to say as well, just taking it easy just for the time being, is Dornbos with Peter Berline in that second group. But there is a regathering here, just ever so slightly. They almost look like they're evenly spaced out there. This is getting a bit dramatic.
Well, it's not dramatic because I think Zylard still has it under control. He keeps riding low on the track, so doesn't make too many distance. So that's cool. So right at this moment with 18 laps to go, everything is still under control. Everything is still possible.
Well, we've got a regrouping coming right now. We can see that the 11 pairing of Ross Birrell with Karsten Strassmann. Is Karsten Strassmann, he's a stayer, isn't he, as well? He does stayer racing.
I think Strassmann was, 2 times European champion with the Dernys. So,
super.
For the stayer, I don't think he's such a specialist. Peter Bauerlein is more the specialist on the big motors.
Here we come then. Big moves. They had to come at some point, and being called for and delivered. This is nice to see. The lead at the moment, a little bit of an exchange. Team 2, of course, Henry Hobbs calling for a little bit of action, and he's got it. Herman Bakker, the back attack, he's gone for it down the outside, picked up the pace with 15 laps to go. Good time to make a move here.
Yeah, exactly. This is the right moment to make a move, and when they're sleeping in the back, then they might be too late on the finish. So it's time to move forward. And if Peter Bowland wants to make his move, he should be hurry up.
Certainly should. Team 10 with Gilbank and Eric Schufs. Be opening a few beers a little bit later on. Looking forward to that. Making a move here. Full gas cycling coming through. Is it Hester's that's on board in Team 14? It's Ollie Wood with Mario Van Hoof. But with work to do and laps actually spinning down very, very quickly, which you always get in Derny racing. It's something that the crowds perhaps aren't used to seeing. This kind of impetus that you get in Team 10 with Gilbank and Eric Schufs right now, opening a few beers. You can hear the crown top being shimmied off right now, and it's turning into a 3 up, 3 wide sprint. This is fantastic. Up and over the top, super work by Full Gas Cycling. This is Gilbank and Schufs having some protection here, trying to defend. Ollie Wood and Mario Van Hoof making the big move, just up and over the top. Can't quite make it stick. Good defensive work here by Hofs and Bakker. Herman Bakker under attack right now himself, and it looks like the drop-in from Full Gas Cycling and the Convicts just going to come up and get themselves into position right now, and this is their runaway. 9 laps to go. And the field kind of split in half at the moment, but this is a solo drive out front. Clearly, good communications between, indeed, Ollie Wood at the moment and Van Hoof, who knows the capabilities of the man on his wheel. And that's an important thing you've got to have, Michel.
Yes,
just the knowledge of the capability of the man behind you.
Yes, that's actually the easy thing with the pros. With the pros, you know how far you can go with them. With the ladies, the girls, it's harder because you don't know the ability of the women. So with the men, you can go really fast and really long. With the women, it's a different story. So it's it's not easy. It's never easy, but it's different.
Big moment coming up right now. It's Team 3, and guess who? Peter Berlijn is doing a great job. He knows he's got Jana Dornbos here, happy to ride the blue line, and in fact he's just coming high, wide and handsome off down the back straight, moving into P3 just about at the moment, just trying to overtake Gilbank and Eric Schufs right now, and it is a real collectivization. We still have Full Gas Racing up front, Hollywood still being driven on, but Peter Berlijn is coming here. He's got the European champion on his back wheel. Let's wait and see. Comes up over the top, and they know they're coming. He knows it's going to happen. There is going to be a drive for the line from Peter Berlijn. Maybe that's where he gets his name from. Let's wait and see. He's on full chat right now. Has kept quiet throughout.
Yeah, but was out for Bakker for Zeilert, because Zeilert is like a cheetah, waiting for to make his right move.
Let's wait and see if he can light it up right now. Abus also coming to get involved here. But good work, Ron Zeilard with Will Perrett on his screen at the moment. And here we go. There it is. Around the outside they come. It's going to be 3 wide. They've taken the bell. Peter Berlijn looks like he's going to nail this. He's got the impetus. He's got the slingshot off the corner. But it's going to be tight at the line. Super late push, I've got to say, by Perrett and Zeilard to take second place there. That was a super contest. And Peter Berlijn, after we were saying that he lost his riders yesterday, today nailed it perfectly.
Yeah, today he did a perfect job. And he got the victory for Dornbos. Was a perfect race, and Ron Zeilert, yeah, he made his move too late, and he came second, actually too late on the finish line.
Brilliant work, well done.
But it was a nice race to watch, though.
It was beautiful. Good to have you here, mate. Still haven't got your Stompot recipe, but we'll be getting. We've got time.
I will find out.
If you're wondering about Stompot, it is kind of mashed potato with spring greens, vegetables, with a little bit of
bacon.
Yeah, a little bit of bacon, got to be in there.
Yep.
And indeed, I think a little bit of vegetable stock mixed in with it as well as part of the mashing process.
Yeah,
and occasionally comes with a
not
sausage.
Brussels sprouts, huh?
No, spring greens, the big things.
Yeah,
exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. We're there. Meanwhile, Peter Berlijn finds himself in that position where he needs to be. We've learnt a bit about him today. He's a bit jazz club, a bit sneaky, and he does that job.
But sometimes he's mistaken, but today he did a perfect job, so...
Fantastic with his golden Derny. If they've got flowers as well, he's a happy boy.
Well, I think it's a yellow Derny.
Yeah,
It
as
looks
opposed
like a golden Derny, but the golden Derny belongs to Ron Zeilaert.
yes. It's the bright yellow one.
Yep.
Which is the Belgian racing colour, isn't it? Belgian racing yellow.
No, it's blue, huh?
Well, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Belgians always raced in yellow. Maybe I'm just thinking of rally.
Absolutely fantastic performance there from this almighty team. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. Good to win here. Yesterday we came close 2 times, but yeah, to try and take the win is good.
Absolutely. And now people don't realise, Peter, how much work goes into this. You are a big part of this team, aren't you?
Yeah, so normally it's a rider. We just have to pace and we all would like to win, so if we can follow, we will win.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Amazing stuff. We love watching it.
Well done. One more round of applause.
And Madison Derny. We have the women's Kieran coming up for you. They will be the opener of the women's Derny racing a little bit later on as well. We're going to have another 40 laps. So it's busy, 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 and we'll be back live with you as we progress. No rest for the wicked, and the Derny will be back out. Not quite sure who's leading the women's today. Do you know which journeyman it's going to be?
It's Zeilaert.
Ah, okay. So he's staying on track. He's got his flowers.
Yeah.
He's busy.
Yeah, he's busy. we keep him busy. Otherwise, he falls asleep.
So if anyone wants to book a journeyman, how do they do it? Who do they get in touch with?
Oh, you can contact Peter Bauerlein, I think, or Ron Zeilaert, or myself.
Yeah, indeed. Always available.
Yep. Most of the time.
Good to know. So, staying out, and here we are. Here is the women's sprinters who will be dealing with this, indeed.
Well, it's too bad it's not like the old days when we had 9 riders on the track.
I know.
You know?
I've seen 4 wide in a Derny race as well. In Amsterdam, actually.
In the Derny?
Yeah, unbelievable. I don't know how they managed to fit it in.
That's not allowed, eh?
Well, it was maybe not allowed, but maybe that's why they had a big crash. I remember that.
Oh, that's
I
the
was
that the crash with
Was
the father-in-law from Havik?
Yes, exactly that. Thankfully, he was all right, but
Yeah, he got a stroke, huh?
that's right. It was a nasty
He
moment.
got a stroke on the Derny, and he fell down just at the finish line.
Yeah, I know, and there was a whole sequence of other accidents that were reflected because of that. Yeah, it was
Yeah, there was another one in
big
Berlin.
that's right. Which just
And
goes
then-
to show.
And then they have to decide that the license was only until 65 years of age. So
I see. So it was for that you've had to retire.
yeah, that's the reason.
Ah, you see,
Too bad.
all of these things are tied in.
Yeah.
I think the campaign now to get Michel Varden back on the Derny has just begun. Stay with us, right? We'll look after you. Right then, some Kieran racing. They don't take them to the same speeds that they used to. What was they actually pared back the speed of the Kieran as well, didn't they?
Well, the pacer has to bring the speed up to 50 kilometers an hour.
But it used to be faster.
Yeah, sometimes they were riding like idiots. You know what I mean? Like I remember in Bassano del Grappa,
Yeah.
the Derny pacer was a Swiss guy.
Yeah.
And Dilbuni made a deal with him.
Yeah.
So make it real fast.
Yeah.
So everybody like was on the end.
Yeah.
And then Dilbuni won that race.
So because he was nearest to the Dernyman, so he was eventually
Yes,
basically
he was
getting
always
he was being
nice.
paced.
Nice off the wind, huh?
Yeah. everyone else struggling.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's a great piece of insight there, Michel. I always wondered why they pared it back. Basically, it was to stop for the advantage of the nearest rider to the pacer taking advantage. Was he also a Swiss rider as well?
Yeah.
Say what you like about the Swiss. The flag is a big plus. It's a joke.
They should reverse it.
Meanwhile, it's time to go racing here. Nice push down the back end here. This is going to be Endeavour Automotive, I believe, and it's not going to be any kind of problem at all. Beautiful delivery there. Team 1 just making this count. Super job. Emma Finucane taking it ahead of Sophie Capewell here. Good work. And nice to see Pertukova as well getting herself involved. Finucane, Sophie Capewell, Miriam Vece actually coming in third place here ahead of Pertukova. So, good work. It's spinning through rather nicely. Fascinating to hear the insights of Michel Vartan regarding, indeed, the Derny. I didn't know that it was because of that crash that they put the age limit on it. What a shame.
Well, yeah, Karen was always a dangerous discipline.
Yes, exactly.
I crashed many times.
Yeah. Emma Finucane on 115 points now. Sophie Capewell on 95. Miriam Vece 68. Iona Muir on 54, 2 ahead of Prost and Pertukova on 42. That's a big old gap here for Emma Finucane at the top. They will take their prizes. And next up, we are back with the Derny racing. And indeed, it will be, in fact, I think this is Derny 1. Yeah, we are indeed going to have that. So we will keep Michel with us for the time being, because there's nothing more he can say. When you get the boys together, the Dernymen, the pilots essentially of this of the pairing, what do you discuss in the morning, or is it just do you trust them because they're so experienced just to go and do their job, or is there always discussions as to how things are going to pan out?
Discussion. Yeah. They should ride on safety.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Keep their lines. Don't get under the wheel in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise they got boxed in. And like yesterday, I think Karsten Strassman, he went onto the Côte d'Azur and whipped himself up into the turn. So that was a kind of a dangerous situation. So you have to be all the time aware of the danger that looks around.
Looking forward to it. Next up, it is indeed our Derny race coming to you.
Safely from the helmet. How are you feeling? I mean, absolutely amazing start to your 3-day yesterday, and look at you now.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I think I surprised myself a little bit off the back of Worlds. I really enjoyed the crowd. The girls are really fun to race against, and yeah, hopefully we put on a good show.
You really do put on a good show. Thank you very much. We're obviously all very proud of you. And it is an amazing performance to see you from last week. So recovery is obviously going well for you.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't really been on my bike much since Worlds, so this is the first competition, but it's really fun. It's nice to get stuck in, and hopefully tonight it'll be even better.
Absolutely, a great way to celebrate your victory. So well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
It's going to change again. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just hoping it kind of works for us. Yeah. Off the back of it. You never quite know. No. It's all business. It's just where you can find the funds. No, that's the problem. Yeah. There's more hours as well. Bike racing on every day. Well, it's only people expect to pay 35 quid. Sean and that did it for Paris, aren't they? Yeah. Sean and Rob actually. Yeah. I know. I mean, to be honest, I've been absent a lot this year because I just want to get on the site. Yeah. So if I can find it in old ways where guys. Did you do the tour this year? Yeah. So yeah. But you've got to find it. Take it where you can find it. Yeah, that's it. Keep it busy. Yeah. Now I am. Yeah. That's different now. Still see you. Still be racing in Swiss. Yeah, I've sort of wound them down a bit now. Yeah. Should come along some way. Yeah. No. Yeah, I do like a Q&As. Real fun. Because everyone's just. So this on YouTube, is it? Yeah. How many people are watching?
I'm not going to look at that for like now. There's nothing to that.
It's full tonight, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice. Should be good. As you boy doing?
He's doing alright, yeah.
He was with Yuri last year, wasn't
He was. Yuri Harvick, yeah.
Such a nice bloke.
Yeah, great.
Alright, let's get this one. Here we go. It's time. We're getting ourselves busy once more, and it is Derny Racing. Accompanying us is the great Michel Vartan. He'll be with us. And then shortly afterwards, we'll be joined by Sir Bradley Wiggins, dad, of course, of Ben, who's been so busy today. Meanwhile, let's get ourselves settled in and ready to go racing. The pairings, as will be declared. Sophie Lewis is with Christian Dagnoni. We have Francesca Zelva, who's with Eric Schofs. Mario van Hoff is pairing with Jille Triels. Ron Zylaard, he gets Jenny Hall. Tony Cassidy with Isabella Escalara. Herman Bakker on the back attack with Van der Molen. And James Hollander leader is with Grace Lister. Let us wait and see how this one pans out. Just about getting themselves up to speed right now. Down the back straight. Michelle, who's your favourite today for this one?
It's a hard one to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all, I think, on almost the same level.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I think it will be an interesting race we will watch.
Let us wait and see. It's the endurance races, and indeed it is time to go racing right now. They've shot the pigeon. It's just fallen into the infield. And right now into the track centre, and time indeed to start ourselves racing here. Team 11 with Van der Molen on the point right now, paired by Herman Bakker on the back attack straight away, and indeed a little bit of separation just in mid-pack here. Getting up Brookfield Properties, it's Porton, I believe, who is racing for them. In fact, it's Escalaro with Tony Cassidy. There we go, just tucked in. The convicts for full gas cycling in the blue and white stripes here. Team 14 with Lister and indeed James Honda leader. Just bridging the gap at the moment. Holding station, Peter Beline at the back just for now in the golden Derny. In fact, he has gone gold by the looks of things, unless I'm much mistaken. In fact, it's Dagnoni, I beg your pardon, who is indeed piloting that.
He's using the Derny from Zylaard.
There you go. He's borrowed Zylard's Derny. I don't know what. Well, he better take care of it. That's all I'm saying. Brooks Cycles, Team 11 out front at the moment. Van der Molen with Herman Bakker with a little bit of separation with 4 laps completed. What have we got? 3-4 bike lengths between those evenly spaced, the front quartet here. Then a little bit of a gap before we get to Team 7 here, which is Jenny Hall with Ron Zylaard. He'll be just increasing the pace. You can hear it on the Dernies, which is rather lovely. You get that sense really of the revs as soon as you hear those, as the Dernies start to scream. Trying to make a big move here is Eric Schofs with Francesca Zelva. Just a little bit of disengagement, slightly out of position, trying to ride the blue line. Can't quite make it stick at the moment, and we have a brief separation. We've got 2 with a little bit of a gap, followed by a brace, and then the trio at the back. Good pace about it, though, with 33 laps remaining, and still holding tidy and steady out there is Escalara and Tony Cassidy at the front. Hopalong is doing a fantastic job on the nose just for now. Still with a distance to go, 32 laps remaining. Slight central separation, and we're looking at Brookfield Properties, who are just in second place at the moment. That's Tony Cassidy with Isabella Escalara, just backed out of position momentarily here with Van der Molen and Herman Bakker on the back attack on the front, with the convicts of full gas cycling rolling in third place just for now. Good move as well coming up in P4 as we speak, and just sailing by here, doing a good job. It's Amax. Just seeing who indeed is involved. It's Sophie Lewis, actually, who is on board with Christian Dagnoni, who's just starting to make a move. Still solid here, Michel.
Yes, it is. It is a better race than last night, because last night they started way too fast, and then after a half race, the whole field was shattered, and some ladies were already down in the cabin. So they did different tactics today. They take it more easy on the first part of the race, and then we see what happens in the second part.
So did you have words and say, look, keep you're in charge of these boys. Keep the pace down a little bit for the midway part of the race.
Exactly, because otherwise there wouldn't be a race anymore. Okay, the fastest, the bestest will always win. But for the spectators, it looks a little bit funny, like when there is only two riders left on the...
Slightly chaotic. So make more of a contest of it. Just keep it together and then do your thing late on.
Right, and then it's more satisfying for the girls as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, nice drive out front that we are experiencing right now. Super work by Brooks Cycling, still holding position just for the time being. So Van der Molen and Herman Bakker still maintaining that position, and we've got 25 laps remaining. This is spinning down nice and quickly. Who's about to make a move then? Having a look at this, who remains fresh here? Is it just a case of everyone's sort of slightly on their nerves at the moment?
Yeah, well, the thing is, who has the biggest nerve?
Well, who's got the best legs as well? It's been it's already been a solid day's racing yesterday in the back pocket, and right now I think we're is this the pecking order we're looking at right now? Have they actually slotted into the way this is going to come home? Looks like something of a parade at the moment, but as soon as I say it...
Well, it will change fast. It will change shortly. So 23 laps from the end. Still a long way to go for the girls.
Yeah, about 15 laps out. Normally we'd expect a change in tone from the Dernies, suggesting that, or just indicating, of course, that the pace is picking up. And that's what we're seeing right now. Down the back straight, and there's clearly now a little bit of impetus about the whole thing.
Right. So I think Herman Bakker is picking up the pace a little bit. So it's more difficult for coming from behind.
Eric Schoofs is making a move, just from the back at the moment. Team 3, Eric Schoofs driving Francesca Selva. Kiko Selva, as she's known. Really accomplished, I've got to say, Italian national track team champion. This will be slightly new to her, but she is fully capable and invested. A little bit of separation and maybe just snatching at it ever so slightly. Team in 4th place at the moment. P4 just losing out. They've had to back out of it. Neighbours coming into that. Riding the blue line right now. High, wide and handsome. Team number 7 doing a job for you with Ron Zylard and Jenny Hull. They making their move and... Indeed, trying to bridge over. Watch P4 at the moment. They have the advantage of a little bit of aero assist from those who are punching a big hole in the air in front. Sometimes, Michelle, it's better just to hold back, ride the aero assist that you can, get into that tunnel, slot yourselves in, and then, of course, make your big move at the last. Trouble is, everyone's thinking the same thing. We've got a compression here.
Yes, that's what it is. So they have to keep steady. And if they cannot pass because the speed is a little bit too high, then they have to wait until the final sprint or the last maybe 5 laps, I would say.
Let's see. This is a big move coming right now. Brookfield Properties starting to get invested. This is Tony Cassidy, Mr. Hopalong himself with Isabella Escalara. And they're coming up there onto the blue line and doing a nice drive into this. The convicts of Full Gas Cycling in the blue and white stripes just coming up into 2nd place. This is good work here by Grace Lister, James Holland and leader. And in fact... I think they're possibly starting the remainder of this run here as favourites because there's some separation. They kept themselves nice and quiet. They've been at the pointy end. We've got some strugglers here as well, I'm afraid. Eric Schoofs and Francesca Zelva, after doing a lot of early work, have indeed almost pulled the pin and are in danger of getting lapped, I think, deeper into this one. Fatigue playing a part here, Michelle.
Yes, it will. It is. I mean, when it's not going, when it's too fast, then okay, you get dropped.
And that's
like
happened
on the road.
Of course.
When the speed is too high,
you
cannot follow, you get dropped.
Well, the comment says once you've been lapped here, they often gate you, so that can be indeed just required to leave the contest. Let's put it that way. Brookfield Properties also having a dig here with Escalara and Cassidy. Looking nice. They indeed are going to meet up with those that are about to be lapped first, and in fact they're going to sail the blue line and a lap down, I'm afraid, for Drop Project Brewing Company here right now. That's not a good look for them. They'll hopefully to mitigate the damage, and it won't get any worse. There could be some others that are lapped here. We've got a big range of efficacy, I think it's fair to say, with Brooklyn Properties out front here, with Escalara and Cassidy out front, being charged into right now by Full Gas Cycling. This is good work by Team 14, Lister and Honda leader. They're the ones that have been keeping it nice and sensible. We said that earlier on, and here comes their drive. They're high, wide and handsome above the blue line. They're riding the curves absolutely perfectly, getting the impetus where they need it. Aero assist still at their behest down the back straight. In fact, they're not using it, putting the Derny in the wind. And this is the big move that's coming right now from Team 14. James Honda leader knows the geometry of this track extremely well and is not fearful of it being held at that position, I've got to say, by Tony Cassidy, who still holds the point, making a big one, I think you might say, with 5 laps to go. But the compression goes on, and Abus helmets are coming through here. They're in wheel 3, and it's still not out of it at all. The Amchick Sophie Lewis in 4th place at the moment. More teams being lapped here, so there's an awful lot. 3 wide as they come around that. 4 laps remaining right now. Double lapped, I'm afraid, by the field here is the Drop Project Brewing Company. So 2 laps down right now. It shows you the imbalance, really. And still we drive on. 3 laps to go here, Michel.
Yes, and I must say that the British Pacers are doing a really good job here, bringing the 2 girls home, and it will be exciting. And Zalat is still waiting to make his move, but the speed is still high, so it's going to be really hard for Zalat to make his move and to win this race.
Zylad currently sitting in P3, as you can see at the moment. They'll hear the bell next time by. Still holding station. This is great, but watch the move now from Full Gas Cycling. This is going to happen for you, I'm afraid, for Team 14. They can't quite get back at it, though. Super work throughout the entire run, I've got to say, by Escalara and Tony Cassidy, who has headed everyone today. That was brilliant. Delivers the job, gets it done, and there was nothing at all, I've got to say, that Hollander leader could do about that with Grace Lister. In fact, there was a little bit of separation just at the very end as desperation settled in, but we have a worthy winner there, Michel.
Yeah, very fine race, very well done from the British Pacers, both of them. I must say congratulations.
Good for them. Well, that is terrific to see. That was well contended, unless you happen to be from Team 3 there. Selva and Schofs really getting a little bit wounded. Thanks to Michel Vartan. We'll be seeing him again, I feel certain, tomorrow, or maybe even a little bit later on. You never know. Let's wait and see. And maybe you'll have that Stompot recipe for us, which we've been begging and waiting for. See you later, mate. Thank you very much. Super work. We'll have a brief break then, and we will be back with the men's Kierman coming up for you, followed by the women's Madison and the men's Madison, 50 laps to finish off this second session, and will take us smartly indeed into the afternoon. Later on this evening, we'll be coming back to you at 1800 hours, of course. So we look forward to your company for that. Shortly, we'll be welcoming Sir Bradley Wiggins into the commentary position. Always a joy. And indeed, we'll be carrying through on what promises to be a great end to this second session of the London 3 that will take us to the mid-afternoon. And we'll have a break of around about 3 hours. And then we'll be back at 6 o'clock with a full house tonight. Maybe even get a chance to go down into the track centre and check out the new Renault 5, which is European Car of the Year. Fancy one myself. We'll see you in a moment.
Made it even more special to win here.
Fantastic. Oh, I was going to ask Tony a few questions, but he's already legged it. So obviously the synergy between you and the Derny is so important. So it's amazing you get to spend time together learning each other's pacing. But how long have you actually had to get ready for today?
Not very much. I was at Worlds last week and I've had a couple of days off this week, so not had much preparation, but from the years in the past practicing with Tony has come to help today.
Absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. What an amazing achievement.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the exciting part because we have a World Madison champion with a T-shirt gun. And that looks rather exciting. So this is the time where you in the audience might
you can see 77 and 64 accounting for Holcomb and Goodwick and Hubris, but Barker and Knight, they are a lap down at the moment on 81 points. Should they score, 19 more points, they will indeed unlock themselves.
Okay, so we're going to stand on here.
Roger, let's go higher up. This is new. We haven't done this before.
Who wants it?
Here we go again. Yeah, we got one.
We're actually going to stand even closer.
Well, the T-shirt gun needs to be worked on here.
Oh, look at that. That works.
Reload. And then Big Rog, you get to pass that one out or launch it.
Sorry about those of you on the back straight. It's all on the home straight today. Oh, he can throw it just as far. Excellent
Thank you,
work.
Roger.
Well done, team. T-shirts. I love them. You got the black ones as well. We like those. Okay, we have some more racing. I love it how Lucy and Roger are now going through the science of the T-shirt gun to see whether it can be improved. Love that. Back on the track, it's our men's sprint Kieran race. So all of our male sprinters taking part in this race. You've got number 1, of course, from Endeavour Automated, Matt Richardson. Number 2 from Amex, Harry Horn. Number 3, Cinnamon Cafe, and our sprint winner earlier, Pete Mitchell. Number 4 from Trebia Project. Number 5 from Drop Project Brewing Company, Daniel Napolitano. And number 6 from
Well, they shot the pigeon, and it is time for us to get racing once again. It is men's Kirin time for you, as part of indeed our busy schedule for you. And the men's sprinters are on track for you right now. Time then for the Derny to get them up to pace, 50 kilometres an hour. They had to restrict it due to indeed the aero assist that was being offered up to numerous riders in the past to the Derny, as Michel Barton actually told us. So for very good reason, they've held it down to 50 kilometres per hour. 3 laps in, Matt Richardson possibly favourite here, but as you can see, starting from at the back at the moment. And nearest to the Derny, Pete Mitchell, who won the sprint competition a little bit earlier on, beating Matt Richardson in that dash for the cash. We'll have the women's at Madison out for you in a short while, and then the men's at Madison. But first of all, let's deal with this Kieran for you, shall we? 6 laps in total, 3 remaining, and so the Derny about to come off, and in fact it just has done. Time to get busy with Pete Mitchell out front. And a big move here from Getaway Tang around the outside. He's on full chat right now, is the American. Comes up onto the shoulder, and indeed, is he going to get a runaway here? May well be marked out by Jan Porashek, the youngster, only 19 years of age. And suddenly, Matt Richardson lights up the afterburners and says, see you, everybody. I've ordered a coffee. I want it to be hot when I get to it. And away he has gone. Zipped off the front, and in fact he's got a country mile on Harry Ledlingham Hall at the moment, making it Brits 1, 2 and 3. Pete Mitchell getting himself into position, but no doubt about it, Matt Richardson has made a statement. That's how big the salmon is. I've just landed, he says. Fabulous run by Matt Richardson, delivers superbly, salutes the crowd, and they send off the light show, doing a Mexican light wave around the arena right now. Good work. Well, good work if you can get it. Matt Richardson gets it more often than not. That was superb. Matt Richardson takes it ahead of Pete Mitchell. Ledlingham the Hall, Getaway Tang, Porashek, Napolitano as well. Dig in.
Absolutely smashing up the rest of the field on Black Kieran.
I trust you are enjoying life, watching us on YouTube. My name's Carlton Kirk. It's great to have you with me. Family day today, so we've had the morning session. Track centre is full. They're busy collecting their autographs. And right now, it is time for us to settle ourselves in for the Women's Madison, which is coming up for you in a short while. Great to have you on board. The mighty Brian Smith is actually dialing in. So Bryce Smithy, B-R-I-S-M-I-T-H-Y, is sharing his thoughts. And some of them are quite kind. I don't know what's up with him today. But there you go. I'll be hearing from him after the 8-second delay that we get from him. Here's our interviews.
Fastest man on the planet on 2 wheels. Here is your bouquet. I will smile for the camera. Take a breath. Any words for your home crowd right now?
Yeah, thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting this great race. It's an honour to race in front of you all.
Oh, we love Matt Richardson. Massive round of applause. Thank you very much.
I spoke to Danny Clark a few weeks ago. He's got really bad heart problem now. Yeah, so he can't ride his bike. Yeah. Finally, the man was broken, you know. Yeah, somebody got him down. And he was too enthusiastic. Went with him twice. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. We've got the women's team elimination coming up for you shortly as part of our Madison competition. This one is a busy affair, as you have already seen. Elimination is difficult enough at the best of times, but when you are hand slinging, of course, as Madison, and your active rider is also involved, it means that you've got 2 riders to clear the track at each juncture, and so once you get that factored into the matter as well, it can indeed also add a little bit of frisson to the mix. And indeed, we welcome back Nia Evans as well. Always a pleasure. She is back with us right now for this elimination race. Always difficult to actually clear the track, I think, once you've got an eliminator, which is why we get an extra lap built in when we have an eliminator combined with a Madison, essentially what we've got right now.
Yeah, because obviously you've got to fit the change in, and try not to be eliminated, there's a lot to happen. So yeah, they need that extra lap, and then obviously it gives the commissars a little bit more of a chance to keep an eye on actually what's racing and who they have to pull out the race, because it tends to be a lot quicker than a normal standalone elimination as well. So the rider that's eliminated is actually travelling with a lot of speed, so it takes a wee while for them to actually slow down and get off the track.
Exactly. So yeah, it's one where the commissaires have to work very, very hard. I'm surprised that we haven't had a glitch here. Occasionally you get it. Australia losing out at the Worlds during the men's standalone eliminator. Or was it in the eliminator in the Omnium? It was a nightmare. Misidentified. I think Germany got the late call as well in the men's race to say, I'm sorry, it was you at the back, not Australia, our fault. But how do you put Australia back in when the race is already finished?
Well, you can't. And as a rider, there's nothing more frustrating because you have to obey what the commissaires say.
Yeah.
Even when you know that there has been a mistake, you still have to listen. And unfortunately...
Oh, we got a crash
disaster
here and taken down. As you can see, there's this is just on the assembly as well. So busy out there with exchanges factored into eliminator as well. And I'm afraid that this one is going to be halted. It's in a dangerous spot within the curve here. And so we will have this one restarted and just hope that everyone is okay. On the deck there, that is Maika Brandwacht, I'm afraid, who finds herself on the deck, just being attended to right now. Great medical facilities here, very fast in order, and we just hope that everyone is okay. Nature of the game, it's extraordinarily busy out there. Personal bike fit as well. I can see that we have Karis Lloyd as well, who is down there, and finally the gun goes off to call a halt to this one. Too much attendance needed. It's part of this game we play. Sometimes you just have to hope that everyone survives it okay, Nia.
Yeah, unfortunately it's part of track cycling. It is quite a risky sport, and the margins of errors are tiny, and unfortunately we see that crashes do happen. Madison elimination, notoriously quite a difficult race because everyone's trying to be at the front and only not everyone can be there. So you got quite a lot of movement within the bunch, and then obviously people trying to actually get changes in as well. So you need eyes in the back of your head, and just a tiny lapse in concentration, unfortunately, can be quite costly. And because obviously the bikes don't have brakes, even if you see a crash happening in front of you, sometimes there's absolutely nothing you can do, and just hope that you come out of it okay. But yeah, we've got
well, this is
so everyone seems to be setting up, which is good.
Yeah, it is. Best we could hope for, to be honest. We will see how this one pans out and how much time we have. That it's difficult as well, even for everybody else, because you generally tend to cool down. You have to re-find yourself, regain your focus as well when you see an incident. Yeah,
especially if you yourself would say have a recent crash and then you're not involved in the next one, but you see someone else come down, it brings it all back to you, which then means that it can be quite mentally tough because it just ruins your stride. It's sometimes then nicer when you get a restart and you can just have a moment, gather your thoughts and go again, but you never like seeing someone coming down.
No, indeed. Thankfully, everyone is back on their feet. A little rip of applause, and just returning down the back straight, as you can see. Still carrying what looks like a nasty blow. It's Julie van der Molen looks troubled here. Hope she's going to be okay. Looks like they're resetting the bikes, and whether she will remount, I do not know, but they are getting the bike ready for her to accept. I think she's heading off to get checked out medically. It may well be that they skip this particular element for the time being. I hope she's all right. It's the wrist that seems to be troubled here.
Yeah, it's just holding her wrist a little bit, so hopefully it's just a sprain and she can get back racing, because obviously with Madison racing you need your wrist in quite good shape.
Yep.
And they're just checking over the track to make sure there's no splinters that's then going to cause a secondary issue. But I think given the nature that it's Madison elimination, if I was in their shoes, I'd probably just say, like, let's sit this one out, regroup, and hopefully come back for this evening's session in better shape.
Well, when you take a tumble as well in track, it's better to fall up the track. It sounds strange, but if you fall down the track, you've got a whole arc before you actually meet what is going to stop you ultimately, which is the hard surface. You meet it far earlier, so you haven't got quite the impetus if you fall up the track. Not something you can ever marshal, of course, because you just fall as you fall. But we expect worse if you fall down the track.
Yeah, it's like no fall is good, but you can definitely have better falls. And definitely if you're going up the track, it's better. And even if you're crashing on the straights rather than the banking, it's not so steep, so you then don't fall with quite so much speed. The biggest issue we tend to find is actually wood burn. You know, obviously if you crash on the road, everyone's used to road rash, but it's wood burn that you get from the track, which stings.
Last thing you need to do is be carrying a burger for the rest of the day, as they say, which is a friction burn. As soon as you go through the lycra, it starts going through your flesh. It's not nice. People don't kind of realise that friction is your worst enemy here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
Here we go then. Pace has been picked up, and indeed we are restarting, and with the absence, I'm afraid, of Team 11. So Brooks Cycling look like they're going to skip this particular event. They won't lose any laps, but they will not have the opportunity to gain points. So this is just part of the game, as Nia was quite rightly pointing out. So drive into this one. The pack reforms, albeit with one team down at the moment, and we race on. And so it is that we regather ourselves, the impetus. We're still not fully active. They're just having an assembly, a series of assembly laps here, possibly 3. Wait for the commissaire to point it out. When you hear the bell, you'll know that next time by we have an intermediate sprint, and we will see how this one indeed is called. Let us see. As it stands, nice little gentle hand slings, just to make sure that they've got the freshest legs at the beginning. Don't forget, this is an eliminator, so it's the devil, essentially. The devil take the hindmost. It is the rider at the back that gets trimmed off at every single one of the intermediate sprints, and indeed we'll be busy dealing with those in just a few moments' time. Nice little exchange going on at the front. Team 1 here, Colnago, with Romy Kasper and Franziska Brauser. They very, very effective riders, and still we wait. Commissaire still not happy. We're still on assembly laps. We are not racing just yet, Nia.
No, I think one of the pairings just had a bike mechanical, so the commissaires were waiting for them to get back into the main bunch, let everyone settle, everyone have a few changes, get over that crash, and I think we're going to start pretty soon.
Busy then with 3 on the front, still waiting. It looks like with this sort of pace, they're expecting this to start. I think the commissaire is possibly just about to fire us off and get underway. He is. He raises the gun. And indeed lets it go. Proper cap gun here as well. It's nice to see the smoke.
It's pretty loud when you stood beside it.
Yeah. The electronic one, it doesn't have quite the same thing. It gives a crack rather than a bang.
Yeah, it's like when you've got the old school Dernys in the velodrome. It's nice because you can smell the diesel.
Yeah, exactly. And here the pace change as well with the sound of the engines. You kind of know really then when it's really picking up.
Yeah, and I think there's obviously been a push towards like the electric bikes that you see for the Kierans, but there is something just really nice about the Derny, because you have that sound. It's like when you're on the road and you've got like a road disc in and you hear that noise of it. Having the noise of the Derny is quite fun, and as you say, you can hear just what's happening pace-wise as to the speed.
Nice to go. And time to go right now. It is our first elimination, just trimmed off the back. And it's Baker and Barker and Knight. Something of a surprise, I guess, but they got caught out. Occasionally, this happens.
Yeah, they should be quite a strong pairing, but I think it's such an easy race that you're trying to conserve a bit of energy for the end. And it's just, there's a lot of movement just coming into a sprint lap, so it's really easy just to get, as you say, caught out, not quite paying enough attention, not investing enough, and then, yep, you're out.
And the bell has gone, so next time by, somebody is going to get trimmed off the rear. And as it stands at the moment, down at the bottom of the track, still trying to pick her way through, the Bow Racer team are at the bottom of the track, and it is Rabin Nashkaya just about gets up. Oh, and I'm afraid the ones that get trimmed are Drop Project, and indeed it is Clay and Zelva who go here. Team 3 in the yellow. They're under a bit of pressure, actually. The Derny race has only just completed, and one of them looked very second-hand, got 2 laps down in that.
Obviously, just not quite got the legs at the moment, and that's a tricky thing of if you turn up an event and your legs aren't there, it's quite exposing. But there's several sessions still to go, so hopefully she can ride into a little bit of form.
Bell's rung. Still they invest, and it'll be next time by that indeed we lose another. Playing with fire right now at the Bow Racers. Now looking down at the bottom here, this is bad news for Cinnamon Cafe in the polka dots. They are the ones that are going to get trapped here, potentially. Oh, and you know what? It's Full Gas Racing that go here. Sharp and Lister, the next to exit. We're seeing fatigue very much playing a part here, aren't we?
Yes, definitely. I think, it's day 2 racing. They've got several races in the legs. They've still got a lot of racing to come. So people are trying to be conservative and not overexpose themselves. But if you don't invest early in this kind of race, you get caught out, and then you've got a big effort to try and make up the ground that you'd lost. And you can see, Grace and Lister, they just didn't have the legs to move back up.
Still busy. And it's Abus Helmets that get the drive right now. Look at how busy Brookfield Properties are to get to the front, but it's at the back that is of concern. And right now it's starting to, it is Abus Consulting that are in trouble. Are they going to make the escape? And I'm afraid it is Team 6 that go. Tiemann and Triels are the latest to be trimmed off the back. The Eliminator, it's a pesky event, particularly within the Omnium, because it's down to there's a whole percentage that is involved in this, which is luck, and you can be very unlucky. You can have teams working against you as well. You can be held down at the bottom of the track by riders who are maintaining their pace, who've got a little bit of extra wiggle room themselves. It can be tactical, but it can also be very unlucky, and you get riders who just don't believe they've been eliminated.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be super close on the line, and if you feel that half a lap down, you're safely within the bunch, and you're like, yep, I'll be comfortable, and you start almost planning what your next move is going to be. But someone has managed to, find something, create some space for themselves. They then can get through, and from being safe, you're last over the line. Or there's a wall of riders in front of you, and you've got good legs, but you just physically have nowhere to go. So it can be super frustrating. And then other times you can think, I've not got space to get out of this box, and then something opens up and you can squeeze through.
Perfect example of it just now, actually. Power signs have gone. Cinnamon Cafe in the blue polka dots actually locked them in. They were holding station just above them, and they had more wiggle room as Kapow Signs actually just went into a wall of riders in front of them, had nowhere to go. And so it was that Cinnamon Cafe and the blue polka dots here made the escape. They're not going to play the same game this time by, but just watch out for tread racing here with Gulick and Zubris at the bottom of the track, riding the red line. Nowhere to go. They're going to get crowded out of this one, and it is Team 5 that go. And in fact, it was the Diamond Dozen that's been declared here. Maybe I misread the colours. I think the Bow Racers are already out, and maybe they were so far back. And maybe that was the case. So sometimes when you get riders who have essentially pulled the pin, we think that the pack is where it is, and it is Team 12 that were really so far off the back. I kind of missed them, to be honest. So Tread Racing get the escape. They go to the front, not going to make the same mistake again. Cinnamon Cafe, hear the bell at the back. Now, what is their battle plan? They are in the polka dot, the blue polka dots here. Team in trouble look like it's Colnago at the bottom. They're going to make an exchange right now, but have they got the strength to get up and over the top? If they do, then Team Green might be in trouble, but watch the polka dots. They're going to get trailed off, are they? Ooh, yeah, just they do. And it is Rugovic and Boronikova who are exiting this time by. Got to get your timing right.
Yes. I would have said that Team 1 actually had that change fairly late, but they, it worked for them. They managed to get those fresh legs in and sprint over the top. Ideally, you want to get a change a little bit earlier in the team elimination, just because the last thing you want to be doing is trying to hold your position to not be eliminated, and then you've got to kind of set up for that change. And if you do it early, it then means your next ride is in for quite a long time for the next handover, if you like.
Nice job there. Abus in trouble at the moment, you might think, but the ones who are really struggling are Tread at the bottom. If the others can get up, and in fact they're going to get away with it. There we are. It was our black team, a personal bike fit, I think, that Team 9 who have gone. Yeah, Sherrod and Lloyd. So playing with fire thread racing at the moment. So as a result, they've gone straight to the front just to build up some insurance here as Lloyd and Sherrod get eliminated. Now it starts to get a little bit more cagey, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to start getting a little bit more tactical. There's a lot more space, obviously, to move about the track because there's less teams. And you're going to start seeing people will kind of snipe a little bit. So sit on a wheel and then try and sprint past rather than holding the front, because it's quite hard work to hold the front this far through the race.
Well, they're doing a job for us here. Thread, indeed, are struggling. They're at the bottom of the track. There's an exchange in front of them as well. Might just get away with it, but Team 1 could be under pressure here. Oh, Thread dipped down. That's the wrong place to be, but I think there are others who've just missed their exchange. This is going to be one for the commissaires. I think Team 7 have gone. Yeah, Holland Carlton missed their exchange, got tangled up slightly, and they've gone.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be Thread Racing coming out on that one. But as you said, they just didn't get a good change, and that cost them.
Certainly has. Down to 4 teams remaining. Let's see who's going to get fresher legs and indeed exchanging rather tastily. Haven't mentioned Katie Archibald and Sophie Lewis. And that's a good thing, because if you don't mention them, it means they've been in a safe place. At the moment, they're running in 3rd position down at the bottom of the track. It's a dangerous spot to be, but of course, guess what? Katie Archibald just turns on the power, sinuously just pushes to the front, and indeed leaves it for others to get the trim. And we're going to see that right now. Who's it going to be? Team 5, and it is Gulick and Zubris who've been trimmed off. Katie riding clever here with Sophie Lewis.
Riding very smartly. Katie is very good at an elimination race, and you can see that she's given herself a bit of space, not getting drawn down into the black line. So it means at this point someone's going to jump. She's got a little bit of height, good visibility, so she's ready to react. And Team 1 have just tried to jump ahead. It's quite interesting because you've got 2 teams kind of changing at a similar time, and then Team 1 changing a very different time to everybody else, which then means you've got kind of tireder legs coming in with fresher legs, but the pressure of getting the change so close to the bell lap.
That was a big move there, just coming over the top by Brookfield Properties. In fact, they retrieved the situation, and it's Colnago that have gone. Browser and Casper, something of a surprise. So was the drive by Brookfield Properties here by Porton and Escalara. And in fact, now they've got an even bigger job, because they're up against Archibald and Lewis, who make the exchange right now, and it's Katie that's being thrown back in. That was a good bit of retrieval by Brookfield Properties, wasn't it?
They did really well. I think, realistically, Team 1 a bit slow in getting their change in. So although they had fresh legs for the sprint was already done by the time they actually got that change done. So it'll be quite interesting. Katie's just going to hold her up to the fence, and then it comes down to who's got the best legs.
Katie Archibald's not going to offer up. She's not going to offer any gifts, is she?
Oh no, she never does.
Certainly not here. Dominant performance, barely mentioned her at all, which is a good thing. Means she was in a very good position as we're concerned with the back, and getting trimmed off finally. It's Brookfield Properties with Porton and Escalara who got a very, very good result there. In fact, they've gained a lap with the points that they've garnered, and as a result they have moved up, have Team 10. Super job for them. We'll get the assembly of overall points for you in a short while, but Escalara and Porton doing a very good job, and not really at the forefront of people's minds. But, Marion Porton, silver in the team pursuit at the Nationals. She's a great points junior rider as well. She's actually a chemistry student, so go figure. She's found the right formula here.
Which is actually, she was my teammate on the road this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, it's really nice to see her doing well. She's, an up-and-coming talent, I would say. The pair of them rode a really good race there. You know, pushed Katie right up to the end. They didn't make it easy for her. And, you know, credit to them because Casey is a world-class elimination rider.
There you go. Porton and Escalara moved to the top of the classification. In fact, they've gained a lap because of their points tally. And with a good result here, they are the leaders of the women's classification. Good for them. Victory in the eliminator, however, went to Team 2, which is the Amex team, which is Katie Archibald and Sophie Lewis. We might be hearing from them in a few moments' time. Men's Madison will close out this second session, and then we will have ourselves a 3-hour break till 6 o'clock. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Probably have a cup of tea, a bit of lemon, sort the throat out.
Was going for a big one in a Derny race, but in fact I hit a pothole riding a Brompton in Bushy Park. It's not quite the same.
The thing is, you could have said anything, I would have believed you.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it was something quite modest.
So often that's the case.
Anyway, so I've been hobbling around the velodrome on crutches. Oh dear. Next up, it is the men's Madison time. It's a chase. This will be over quite quickly. Should be a 12-minuter we are hearing. And I've got Sir Bradley Wiggins who's going to come and join us. Our thanks to Nia Evans, who's done a fabulous job. We'll be hearing more from Nia perhaps later on this evening. But yes, it is time to go racing. And indeed, well, let's see. They're trying to stir the crowd up. And no doubt at all, it's our European champions are involved. Colnago, of course, with Roger Kluger and a certain Ben Wiggins. And we've got Dad here. It's the best. Oh, it's good to see you, mate. Well, this is always a joy, never a chore. By the way, we can't hear each other. We haven't got a comms link. In case you're thinking, what is he talking about? He's too low in my head. So I'll be as loud as I can be. Tell us about Ben. He was a team with Yuri Havik last time by. That was a great pairing as well. Ben, he must be drinking this in.
Yeah, I mean, he loves it. The Madison is what he feels he was born to do. You know, there's a great lineage in our family with my father and of course me. And he loves it. So he's got a great partner this year in Roger Kluger. Very experienced, former world champion. So he's looking forward to tonight especially because Saturday night is always the big night here, the 3-day. And then maintaining whatever happens.
It's amazing, actually. I see you walking around here. You can't walk 10 feet without somebody stopping you. And, of course, you've got Michael Vartans, who you're shooting the breeze with. That was lovely to hear. Michael was actually paired with Tony Doyle, who I know raced with your dad, Gary. They were a big pairing, weren't they?
Goes a long way back with me. Of course, former sprinter, Kieran rider, Belgian track coach, but one of the most experienced Derny riders that has been on the 6-day circuit for many, many years. Of course, doesn't do it anymore, but he has a wealth of experience and knowledge.
Yeah, lovely to see, and it's great as well just to see you, all you guys shooting the breeze. Yeah, Tony Doyle and Gary, of course, your dad. They were a fabulously effective 6-day pairing, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, my hero was, of course, my father, but Danny Clark was always my hero. You know, growing up and listening to stories about him. And of course, Danny and Tony Doyle, they formed a formidable partnership for many years.
On and off the track. Yeah, great names. And some of those old boys, of course, sadly no longer with us, including not quite latterly Tony Doyle himself, bless him. But he was very much a good guy. And right now, time to shoot the pigeon. And there it is. That'll fall in the track centre, and we get ourselves off and underway. Ben racing with Roger Kluger, massive amount of experience. 19 years between them, though. That's a big gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap, isn't it? I mean, I didn't quite know how old Roger was, but
He won't say, but he's 39.
I know. Roger, I mean, he's still performing at his best.
Yeah.
Of course, he just missed out on a medal at the recent World Championships.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Found out late.
So it's a great partnership, I think, with Ben and him.
Yeah, that's lovely. I mean, Ben must be drinking it in here. We'll have more on that in a moment. So it is that we have our circulation. Don't forget points scored, you get laps gained here. That's the important thing. In fact, you'll find yourself at the top of the standings due to laps. As it is at the moment, our overall sees Havoc and Heinen. They are the only team on the lead lap. They are 3 points clear of Hesters and Wood. Kluger and Wiggins running in 4th place behind Dornbos and Hoppershek. Some great names at the top here. Once you bust 100 points, by the way, you will regain a lap. So it could be that a fine performance here by, indeed, Roger Kluger, an old dog who continues to learn new tricks. So Brad here was talking about, of course, the fact they just missed out on a bronze medal at the Worlds. It was because of a miscount. It was given to them and then taken off them and given to the Danes, who were busy with their T-shirt and jeans, had to get rechanged to come and get the bronze medal.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, dear. Well, these things happen. At least the commissaires watched it back in real time and actually nailed it. It's a difficult thing to be a commissaire, isn't it, in a moment like this?
Especially with a discipline like this, because
Yeah.
there's so much going on constantly. You can't take your eyes, as the riders you can't take your eyes off the race.
Absolutely, and it's great to see as well. I love it, and it's great that the velodrome here, thanks to indeed Tony Gibb, has indeed got ourselves this London 3. Nice exchange here for Alves and Gilbank. They have work to do. They find themselves reasonably far down the order as it stands at the moment. But right now, let's get ourselves deep and into focus, because we're not that far away from the first intermediate. They do come, it kind of comes as ground rush to you, really. A lot of exchanges, very effective, and it's gone a bit cagey, this. It's almost like they've warmed up to the fact. We often get an early break, and right now the European champions drop project with Dornbos and Hoppershek have decided to go on the attack. And who's going to mark them out is the big question. They get the hand sling, and it is Hornblow and Jackson who are nearest to them at the moment. Looking to see there's a lot of talent at the moment, just a little bit locked down within the pack. Cagey, a lot of exchanges going. They're expecting it. They're expecting it to be reasonably soon. We're looking at the European Championships just being posted. And, of course, chomping at the bit, had to go for it. It's time to indeed dig in and look no further, of course, than the likes of Havoc and Heinen. Yuri Havoc is often given, this is Heinen active at the moment, he's often given to double laps. Hard to do on a 250 though.
Very hard, but that's the beauty of having a good pairing, is you take the strain for your teammate at times when necessary. And a lot of the times with the sprints, you will do that and allow your teammate to have a rest if they've been on the sprint lap. But these two, it's the beauty of what makes them a good pairing is the fact that they can read each other, understand each other's weaknesses, and also communicate in that short time that they have during the handling.
Yeah, exactly. It's very little. I mean, strategy-wise, it's good to have a partner as well who kind of thinks like you. Seen Havoc and Yule Hesters being a very effective pairing in the past. Hesters is riding with Ollie Wood here. Havoc with Phil Heinen. At the moment, they've got a margin, not one that will count for, indeed, a great deal unless they can kick on here. And it's not the right time at the moment because they're being marked out by the Drop Project European champions of Dornbos and Hoppershek. So a move, sometimes the wisdom, Brad, is actually to just ease up. You test, you find out if you're going to get any kind of leeway. Maybe you'll get an alliance, but you've got to have the wisdom to back out of it. It's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. But you also expose yourself. So as we saw there, they tried to attack. They got brought back in. And straight away, we've got two more teams that go straight over the top and off the front here. So now they've been left to do the chasing on the front, having just attacked.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that energy preservation, having the will, it's all very well probing, but sometimes you strike gold and sometimes far from it. And we've got another rolling attack coming through right now. This is another drive. Guess what? Team 2. It's the Hobbses, Noah and Henry. They've been busy, haven't they?
They have. Good pairing, these two. Obviously, of course, brothers as well. Noah coming off of a fantastic road season. But these two are my outside bet for this. I mean, they're lying down. They're only a lap down. They haven't got a great deal of points, but it means they can slip away in races like this when everyone else is watching each other. Yeah,
sometimes as well. You get a sense of urgency within a team, and they really drive on for each other. You say they're brothers. Sometimes that can be an exceptional thing if you're almost keeping it within the family. A second sense can be a very useful thing on a game such as this, which sometimes, when you are exchanging, ill fortune can be factored into the run, can't it?
It can, yes. And as we see here now. They've built up not a bad little lead here. Another team trying to go across to them here now. So this is dangerous now for the big teams because it's such a small chase, such a short chase, that laps are crucial at this stage of the game.
This is George Jackson that's making the move, the Kiwi pairing for BioRacer team. He's paired with Keegan Hornblower as well. We're only 9 laps away from our first of our intermediate sprints, and they're setting themselves up beautifully to take the points there. 5, 3, 2 and 1, don't forget, at 20, 10, and then double points at the line, which can count for an awful lot. And we've got an alliance out front. So BioRacer are doing a job here, teaming up with the Hobbses, Noah and Henry from Amax. And they're going to have company shortly, if indeed things work out, for Personal Bike Fit with Shushalarski and Moritz Orgenstein, the Scratch World Champion, carrying his pet caterpillar on his top lip. Can he get there? We're sure to see. It's a challenging look, Brad.
It is. Well, they're half a lap up now. Of course, they're 6 laps away now from the first sprint. So what they want to do here is they don't want to make too much ground and get into that peloton because they'll miss out on the points as soon as they make the junction. So they want to just get enough of a distance off the back so they can safely get on after the sprint, but at the same time pick up the points by hovering off the back of the main group.
Yeah, laying up nicely, just waiting for another 5 laps. Sometimes it's worth the investment, sometimes not. There's not much left for the pack out there. There'll just be a solitary point if indeed the 3 teams hoover up the 5, 3 and 2 points. And so that can work in their favour. It's almost the perfect number, really. There's only 1 point on the track to be picked up by the pack, so they can lay off them for a short while. 4 laps, 3 next time by. Are they going to ride clever, or indeed are they just going to collect this lap? We shall wait and see. It's a cagey thing, and sometimes it's a balance, because if it paces up in front of you, you can be hung out to dry.
Yeah, I mean, they're also in a position where they haven't got a great deal of points. So whether they make the junction or not, and not concern themselves with the points or not, the lap is. It looks like they are just backing off ever so slightly here, although we still have 2 laps to go for the points.
We do.
Noah will make that decision now when he gets slung in.
I think this will be a wise thing to just hold back. They're very close to almost accidentally gaining a lap here. They've got so much experience. I doubt this is going to happen. Some resting riders just in front of them. The bell's going to go, which will indeed. So that's fine. That's locked in for them.
That's perfect now. So Noah will. They're just off the back here that they can make the junction as soon as this sprint lap is done. But at the same time, they're going to pick up, looks like 5 points here, is it?
Yeah, 5 at this intermediate. And indeed, they get it there. That was super work, I've got to say, by Noah and Henry Hobbs. They do the job. Now they've got to complete the task by getting in, because everyone else is pacing up, knowing that they are lurking there. And this could be, as a collective group, that they push on and leave them hanging to dry. But with 9 laps remaining, I think they're going to make it in here.
They are going to make it. Yeah,
nicely
it looks
done.
like, of course, Roger Kluger and Ben Wiggins there have taken up the pace. They have to, really, because that's the problem here now. They don't want a counter-attack over the top, because there is that lull in the peloton as soon as the group gets, those guys take that lap. And as we see now, as I say that, Ben's off the front.
He is. Fantastic. And this is a flyer. Aren't you tempted to stand up and start punching the glass?
No, not really. Not this stage, no. It's only the Saturday afternoon session. Maybe tonight.
He's done a great flyer here. Under 23 Team Pursuit European Champion, we remind you as well, Ben. He's fantastic. 3rd in the Madison, of course, as well. He's had some great pairings. Of course, he's got great gene pool as well behind him. And right now he exchanges with Roger Kluger. That's a big old weight to throw. Kluger looks on the inside, round the outside. He's got mugged here. That was fantastic. What a drive that was. Yuri Havik playing an absolute blinder, and away he's gone. I've seen him double lap in the past, but right now it's for Kluger to try and get in his slipstream. He's got a chance here.
Yeah, he has. That's a great move by these guys. You see that lull in the peloton just as those other 3 guys made the junction to get their lap. And now the big boys are going out the front.
They are. Tipple and Charlton also trying to come and join, almost forming a trident here that could actually put the rest of the pack to death. Let's wait and see. A nice exchange as well. Looks like it's gone quiet, but for how much longer? Suddenly is, of course, Havik's teammate, Phil Heinen, who takes the point, makes a big one. And still that trio, but they're just going to be reabsorbed here as we head down to 12. Next intermediate sprint is coming up. Decent place to be out front. Attacking off the front of it is not going to gain you a lap, but it might gain you some big points at the very last. Don't forget, this is 5, 3, 2 and 1, and then we've got 10, 6, 4 and 2 points in the 10 laps, which will disappear from us. Bell's gone. Here we go. It is time for this next intermediate. Who is going to get there? Nice position here from Ben Wiggins, I've got to say. Exchanging with Roger Kluger. That was a timely exchange here, but it's Havoc that's going to bring this one in by the looks of things, unless we get a... whoa, you know what? Roger Kluger it was that took that. Team 5 there, just coming up and over the top, and I think it was Will Tidball who actually got there. That was a brilliant piece of late charging off the final bend.
Fantastic, yeah, and 10 laps to go there. They've managed to score some points there, so their efforts weren't in vain. But now we have to see, and look at the counter-attacks now. After the sprint, it's the most important part of the race because you expose yourself to the counter-attacks.
When everyone goes slow, press go, and that is precisely what Full Gas Racing have done. Jules Hesters here is a master of this sort of thing. Very long in the tooth as far as a great deal of experience is what I'm trying to say from 6-day racing. And, of course, 3 will be well within his range. He knows how to drive this, Brad, and he's doing it now.
He is good change here. Look, pretty quick there. Good hand sling. And, of course, now the chase is on behind, of course, with the big teams now. The Dutch pairing and, of course, Ben Wiggins as well there.
Hollywood driving it in. Ben Wiggins in P3 at the moment, just hanging on to the coattails and driving it home here. He's got Phil Heinen in front of him. That's a good pairing to actually follow in. So absolutely in the vanguard where he needs to be. Just Ben just drifting up to the blue line right now, just waiting for Roger to drop in and indeed make the exchange, and does so out of corner 4. Good place to do it as well, just down the home straight. Settled in beautifully. It's a long line of talent that we have for you right now. It's Havoc that looks like he's going to be causing havoc as well. He's in a perfect position. Just one rider in front of him. His big problem is he's got Roger Kluger just behind. I think the exchange is going to be Ben to finish this job off by the looks of things. Let's wait and see. In wheel 3, circulating is Ben Wiggins, waiting to drop down to take the handsling from Roger Kluger, who is great at this kind of holding pattern at the moment, just waiting for that almost perfect delivery. Ben just coming in right now. He'll be exchanging 3 off the nose, does a super job. There it is with 2 to go, and next time by it will be the bell. That feels to me like will they get one more exchange in?
Probably not now. That's it. That's kind of, I mean, they're out the race as well now because they're a lap behind. So it looks like it's the Hobbs brothers here that are going to pick up the full maximum points and this chase.
Bell rings right now. Lovely exchange as well that we've just had. Szujulaski, I must admit, here with Augenstein. Augenstein, of course, the scratch world champion, but still coming up around the outside. Noah Hobbs, it looks like it's just going to get this one and nicks it on the line. Super 10 points for him. That was a big assembly, actually. Nicely done. Hobbs takes the 10 ahead of Szujulaski, Augustin, Hesters and Wood. Havoc and Heinen do score 2 points at the very last. That was busy.
That certainly was. Great little chase there. These short chases are so difficult to manage because so much can happen, but there's also such little time to make any big moves.
Yeah, I think as well, sometimes factoring out the early sprints, they often come at 10 laps in standalone events, but when you're on a chase, they kind of leave it until the end. You think it might be cagey, but it's far from it, is it? Everyone drives it.
It's also a case of keeping something back for tonight. Saturday night's the big night here, the 3-day. And, of course, it's a full house tonight, Colin.
Yeah, it is a sellout, which is absolutely fantastic. I think there may be some walk-up tickets still available if you fancy it. So come along. Proceedings start at 6 o'clock. That's in 3 hours' time. What are we going to do now?
Going for some food.
Good lad. I've already ordered my tuna fish and sweet corn sandwich. Don't know what you're going for. Something posher, I imagine. Is there any Stompot available? That'd do.
Yeah, that would do.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks so much for your company. Don't forget, we will see you at 6 o'clock. We might even hear from the great and the good a little bit later on. Thanks to Sir Bradley Wiggins, to Nia Evans, to Michelle Vartan as well. And, of course, to you at home likewise. My name's Carlton Kirby. We will hopefully have your company a little bit later on. 6 o'clock, we restart. As it is, our session 2 here at the Lee Valley Velodrome is drawing to a close.
Feeling good?
Yeah, it's actually the first time we've raced together, so it's quite nice.
Extremely special, especially Henry, after you just finished your A-levels.
Yeah, I just completed them last year. Thankfully not doing it anymore.
Yeah, done for that, but more cycling definitely. Now, how proud do you feel doing this, especially on home turf?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I do a lot of racing abroad, so it's nice to come back and do this. Henry is good as well.
100%, absolutely. And any exciting trips impending? Any trips together impending to race again?
No, not. So yeah, we're doing both the Roubaix, but at different levels.
Gotcha. Well, I hope we get to see you doing it again. An amazing duo. Congratulations.
Well done.
And a quick look at your general classification as far as the Madison is concerned. Havik and Heinen leading on 109 points. Hessers and Wood on 106. With Kluger and Wiggins now in third place, but just busting the 100. And as a result, now moving up in the rankings. Still a lap down, but easily gained. I say easily gained. Brutally gained, you might say. Look forward to your company tonight. For now, though, from me, Carlton Kirby, and the rest of the crew, we will see you a little later.